The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey.
What?
Let's go!
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
Ah!
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers,
You pig! Stop! Damn it!
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life.
Sport!
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this magical Thursday, March 14th, 2024. This program starts now.
Flacco!
Yes, you heard that right. At one point in time, those boys were yelling, football, because we're in the middle of football season. Then football season ended, and the boys started yelling, sports, because sports were happening, and football was still happening, but other sports were starting to take place. Obviously, because football season's over, now other sports can take place. But today, there was a different word chanted as this program began when the beat dropped so beautifully at the perfect time. And that word was not just any word. No, that word was a nod. That word was a name.
What?
That word is the new backup for the Indianapolis Colts, Joe
Flacco!
He'll be joining us in 19 minutes.
Hell
Yes!
Cannot wait to talk to Joey Flack, who just signed a $4.5 million guarantee with the Indianapolis Colts, $8.7 million in total, one-year deal. He'll be there for OTAs. He'll be there for training camp. He'll be there for the entire season. So now we have Anthony Richardson in his rookie year getting to learn from Gardner Minshew, the shoulder shimmy guy. Ooh. And in his second year, he's going to get a chance to work alongside a man who was able to lead a team to the playoffs when he just joined them in week 10.
Yeah.
A week 11, whatever it was. Almost won comeback player of the year as damn near a 40-year-old. You're talking about a guy who can spin it, a guy that reignited and relit a passion in the side of the city of Cleveland, Ohio for a magical couple-month run that is now being brought to Indianapolis. And if Anthony Richardson gets hurt again, which none of us are hoping for, we hope he protects himself. We hope he learns from what happened last year where he had to leave and exit 3 out of the 5 games that he played in, the 5th one being the last one. He is gone. If he's not able to stay healthy, we have a backup who literally just took a team to a playoffs.
Yeah.
We have an offensive coordinator in Shane Steichen that can draw people open. We have an offensive coordinator and head coach in Shane Steichen that just got Gardner Minshew to the Pro Bowl. So what he'll be able to do, and a $15 million deal with the Las Vegas Raiders. Congrats, Gardner Minshew.
Yep.
Absolutely crushed it. If Joe Flacco has to play for the Colts, it's a perfect setup for us. I am pumped about the signing, and we will talk to that, coastal accent having.
Oh, yeah.
Joey Flack in about 18 minutes or so. That's a big deal. So shout out to you boys paying homage to the new Indianapolis Colts quarterback. The Indianapolis Colts are just making all the right moves. We'll talk about a rule that they're proposing at this owners meeting as well that we'll go, well, Colts aren't that bad, actually. Yeah, they have an AFC finalist banner still hanging in their stadium, and that's tough to get past for all of us.
Yeah.
It's tough to get past. But once you listen to Bill Burr do his entire... Once you get past that a little bit, the Colts are doing some good stuff right now, which is exciting. They're not the only ones. The AFC South have been cooking. Yesterday, a couple big moves. We'll talk all about it today. Ladies and gentlemen, the Toxic Table is here looking amazing. At Boston Connor with a couple owls on his shirt. Are those the murderers down there in Carolina in the staircase? Is that type of owl?
No. That's not
those are snow owls.
Yeah, these are snow owls. I don't have the names in my brain right now, honestly, but they are nice owls. The purple shirt. I haven't worn purple in quite some time, so I figured I would break it out for a guy who used to play, with a purple team, Joey Flacco. And of course, go Mustangs. Palmboro, Pennsylvania, our hometown. How could I not represent it on this wonderful day? But, one thing about Anthony Richardson, I will say now, He probably will have the most moxie in the NFL based off of hanging out with Gardner Minshew and Joe Flacco in back-to-back years.
Well, I'm not 100% sure because Kirk Cousins got a lot of moxie, and we've been seeing it all since he's joined the Atlanta Falcons. He had a press conference yesterday chit-chatting about it all, and the internet is certainly cooking and alive. He's iced out alongside Coop and Joe.
Joe plays.
That sounds like it.
Joe Cousins.
I could see Joe Cousins.
I know Coop made a great fire on the quarterback series that Kirk Cousins was incredibly impressed with. And you're talking about just like the most wholesome family. Everybody talks about Cole's Cash. That's where Kirk Cousins shops. Then he gets into a team that has grills and chains last year in Minnesota, and it became his calling card. Yeah. Look at this nerd kind of experience life through the lens of some other people, and he
crushed.
Oh, yeah.
He started killing it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All of a sudden, Kirk Cousins becomes the biggest babyface in the league. You watch that quarterback think it's like, I love this guy. Not only is he babyface and I think self-aware, smart, and very capable as a quarterback, always has been for every team that he's ever played for. This whole thing started, by the way, at Washington.
At the time, not the
I'm not
Commanders.
No, you should. The old team, not the football team.
No, the one before that.
Yeah. The one before that.
Right.
Which
we didn't name it.
No.
Can we say it?
No, I don't. People do though.
They do.
Whenever they're talking about the history of the game,
talking about them in past tense, they have.
They're always like, "Well, that guy was playing for the Washington." Just right through it. It's like, whoa, are you allowed to? And then there was that entire petition that happened allegedly.
Right.
A lot of names, a lot of signatures.
And then there was a petition the other way coming back at it.
Yeah, both sides.
Luke Combs is calling me.
Oh, nice.
We're live. I'm live on the air right now. I am live on the air right now.
I love it.
Hey, you did great yesterday, man. You got anything to say to Carolina Panthers fans with their response to you?
Oh, yeah, man. I just want to say I love them, dude. I'm all in. I'm a team guy. You know that.
We found that out yesterday. What are you doing right now? You're golfing.
I'm golfing, dude. You know, we the best.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
You know how it is.
You
I stink at golf, dude.
We all do. I don't know if you're built for it, Luke. No offense. I don't want to body shame, but I don't think I've ever seen many pros built like you.
No, dude. You haven't. You haven't seen many guys with an elite performance. You know?
All right, we're going to do our show. Have a good one out there. We appreciate you.
All right, bud.
All
See
right.
you, boys.
Keep pounding.
All right, Luke.
See you, Luke. Love you, buddy.
I called him earlier to tell him how appreciative we were of his appearance yesterday. He was hilarious on the show.
Yes.
He was just calling back. We the best out there. He's got the Tommy Hilfiger collab with DJ Khaled he's been talking about. Luke Combs never said what a lot of people say when they're describing the team that Kirk Cousins was drafted to. When Kirk Cousins was drafted to the Washington football team, that was a wild time. They just traded the future of the entire franchise to get RG3. He's going to be our guy. He's going to be our starter. Oh, yeah, we're also bringing you in, which a lot of people think is very capable of being an NFL quarterback. He just had to kind of keep his head down. He was a backup quarterback, had to avoid the drama. He bet on himself multiple times in Washington when he took the one-year franchise. Then he would do it again with another deal, then another deal, then another deal. The guy is a living American dream when it comes to football. He's bet on himself. It's paid off. He's self-aware. He's seen himself now become the absolute babyface around the league when at one point he was known as the guy that rips off teams. They pay too much, and he can't win the big one. Then he started going through the stats of the big games. It's like, I don't think Kirk Cousins has ever had a problem in the big games. I think maybe his teams have potentially failed, even though win-loss is a quarterback stat. Kirk Cousins was taking the brunt of it. Then over the last couple of years, wins massive games, has the largest comeback in NFL history in his resume against the Indianapolis Colts. They had a squad that we thought maybe could go win the Super Bowl. The brand new Vikings. Now he's talking about going down to Atlanta with the skill players that they have with Raheem Morris. And he's saying, if I play good, this is the team I'm going to retire with. Now, one half of the hammer, Dahn, Cowboys, Tone Diggs. Kirk Cousins is a guy, if he ended up as a Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback, obviously not at $180 million. The Steelers have never done that. Right. But you were a team that needed a quarterback, seemingly, going into this offseason, even though Kenny Pickett's coming back, you didn't really know. If the Steelers signed Kirk Cousins, I think you're pumped about it. If the Colts signed Kirk Cousins, would be pumped about it. I think every team at this point would be pretty pumped about Kirk Cousins. It's the $100 million guarantee that I think Atlanta had to eat that not every other team would.
Sure, but I mean, Kirk, we talk about how he's made all this money, but he has earned all that money, and I don't think anyone's ever regretted a contract that they've given Kirk Cousins. Like, I don't think any team would say like, "Oh, we've regretted this contract," because he's played well with every contract.
It made the place better.
Yeah. And
everywhere.
yes, I would have accepted Kirk Cousins at that price with arms wide open. Because when the Steelers got Russ Wilson, it did nothing for their odds. It didn't. I promise you that. Guess who's the favorite to win the NFC South? It's the Atlanta Falcons by a good bit. They are minus 110. I think the Bucs are like plus 330.
Did that change with the addition of Kirk Cousins?
Yeah, because they didn't know the books assumed it was Kirk at one point, so it was kind of cooked in there. But once it went there, it went there. Like they're heavy favorites to win the NFC South, and that's not because of anything but Kirk Cousins.
Okay, so the books respect Kirk Cousins. We respect Kirk Cousins. Feels like Atlanta's learning a lot about Kirk Cousins. They're appreciating Kirk Cousins and what he is. Now, granted, if you lose, everybody will hate you.
Sure.
I mean, that's just how it goes in the NFL. That's the way of being a quarterback. Travis Kelce talked about it. He's not the only one. We do need video of Kirk Cousins' first trip to Magic City. To have her wings.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not going for a show. Now, a show's happening.
Of course.
Sure.
But he's going to be there for the wings.
He's eating.
Just like Lou.
Lou Will.
That's right.
Just like Lou Will, who had an appearance, wanted to pick up some lemon pepper wings from Magic City, go back to the bubble. How you doing? Keep it moving. All of a sudden, somebody says, hey, Jack Harlow's eating wings here at Magic City at the same time. Can we take a selfie at this wing stop, this wing joint, Magic City, and then post it? And Lou Will got banned from the bubble, was suspended, and everything. But I think it was at that moment everybody learned that Magic City's wings are worth getting suspended for an entire season from the NBA to eat. Everybody talks about everything else going on here. You know, a lot of dancing.
Sure.
Some athletics.
Sure.
Some falling from the sky and stopping themselves inches away from the floor going, wow, those thighs are strong.
How'd you do that?
How'd you do that trick? How'd you do that entire? We need Kirk to experience Atlanta, and I think he will, especially with the team that they have around him. Now, Mike Florio is taking a little bit of a victory lap.
Sure.
Mike Florio came on our particular program and laid out how his operation at Pro Football Talk works and how it has worked for so long and how he gets some stories where other people don't, and mostly because he's saying, we'll get tipped off by somebody, then I kind of have to go reverse engineer it. Like, hey, I know this. How do we make this legit? How do we make it legit? And he said, I haven't been able to confirm this yet, but from what I'm being told from a source in the know at the time, Kyle Pitts and Kirk have already talked about jerseys and the number 8 and everything like that. Then Kyle Pitts quote tweeted that video that was taken out of context from somebody else and put into a different tweet. Quote tweeted that and said, these guys been saying, this is actually funny. You guys come up with anything. So then yesterday, Kirk Cousins was like, Kyle Pitts and I have been talking for a while. We talked about the number. I was going to offer up money for the number 8. Kyle Pitts said, just give me targets, bro. Just give me targets and I'll be good with it. So Mike Florio quote tweets it and goes, just like I said it would.
Bingo.
He's got to feel great about this. This is not the first time that an insider had something and a player has openly disputed it from our particular program. J.K. Dobbins checked Ian Rappaport. I think when Rappaport said that J.K. Dobbins will not be active week 1, that is not the expectation. J.K. Dobbins was like, this dude don't know nothing. Then he wasn't.
Correct.
Active. Ian Rappaport took a big victory lap in this entire thing. But what I heard there is that Kyle Pitts and Kirk Cousins are off to a great start.
Great start.
Yeah.
And if you're a Falcons fan, you got to be thanking the heavens because all they thought last year was that Artie Smith won't give anybody the ball who's good at football. Kyle Pitts is one of them. Bijan Robinson's another one.
Right.
Kirk Cousins can get the rock to people. This is a big upgrade for Atlanta. I'm pumped for the Atlanta Falcons fan.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've talked. They've drafted skill guys in the top 10. What 3 years in a row. So it's like that was the whole thing. Hey, we just need a quarterback, and I think everyone kind of knew Desmond Ridder, like they were going to give him a shot, but I don't think he shouted like, hey, he's immediately going to make them the best team in the NFC South. And now you get a guy in Kirk Cousins who has proved time and time again that. And even coming off the Achilles, like that really hasn't hampered anything. It's like, nope, we expect the same Kirk. He's going to be able to deliver the ball like he does. Whether you like his personality or any of that kind of stuff, he always performs on Sundays, and he's a tough son of a bitch too, which I don't think he gets enough. Exactly.
On that quarterback, he takes a spear to the chest. He's laying on the ground, looks up to see if it's a touchdown or not, and head back down.
Just let me lay for a minute.
And then he gets up and runs. What happened? He had a punctured lung. Yeah, that's a quarterback job, though.
Yeah.
There's going to be blindside shots. There's going to be big-time shots. You're going to be sitting there in a very, very
compromising,
vulnerable.
Either or.
Both work.
Both work their position, and he takes it. And he's a nerd.
Yeah.
Openly knows he's a nerd, appreciates that he's a nerd. He's tough. His teammates love him. And he's now the Atlanta Falcons quarterback who are the favorite to win the NFC South. Let's go to another division that has South in it.
Ooh.
The AFC South don't look now. Okay? He's starting to become the AFC beast. Everybody starts talking about how strong all these other, divisions are. And the AFC South was a laughingstock. Had more wins in the playoffs than the NFC East. Just
how about that?
Would like to let everybody know. That was a rookie quarterback, so he's going to be here for the next 20 years in the AFC South. That Tennessee Titans say, we got Will Levis. We certainly do. We don't know what we have in him, but we got him. We got Callahan coming in. He's selling repair parts for the American man. Because that's who he is.
And that's who he works for.
That's who he cares for.
That's who he cares
and he's bringing his dad in.
Exactly.
His dad did the same exact
thing.
Who knows what the offense will look like with the Titans? They're going through a full rebuild, reculture down there. Maybe Will Levis is a guy. But they signed Mason Rudolph yesterday off the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The big one.
Remember, Pittsburgh Steelers, Mason Rudolph at the end of his career at Pittsburgh Steelers, lighting up the scoreboard, throwing it around. The entire city of Pittsburgh was chanting this man's name when just a year before that they were hoping that he would get out of town. Big babyface turn for Mason Rudolph because of how he played on the field, how he carried himself. And I think he would say he became the best version of himself while he was at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers fans fell in love with Mason Rudolph. He's now at the Tennessee Titans.
Whoa.
Tennessee Titans fans go, okay, well, Levis, Mason Rudolph, we got guys that can spin it a little bit.
Yeah.
For sure.
Fans weren't the only ones that saw that happen.
Yeah.
Other players around the league saw that.
Yeah. Very quick. They saw it very quickly.
Free agents around the league saw that. Calvin Ridley said, get me to Tennessee.
Now.
Yeah. I need to be in Tennessee stat. Calvin Ridley represented by Mulugeta. Mulugeta posted a photo of this moment right here where Calvin Ridley agrees to a $90+ million deal with the Tennessee Titans to play wide receiver opposite of D-Hop, I believe, which is quite a tandem for the Tennessee Titans to have here in the AFC South. But Mulugeta gets another deal done. And a lot of people are saying, Calvin Ridley was linked to the Patriots. Calvin Ridley was linked back to the Jags. Nobody had the Titans in play. Soon as Mason Rudolph gets signed by the Titans, Calvin Ridley and Mulugeta knew exactly where they needed to go. This comeback story for Calvin Ridley is a beautiful one. I'm incredibly pumped and proud of him. I'm happy for him. We don't know him at all other than just watching his story from afar. He's a man, obviously, was suspended for a year, found himself, if you read the what's that one from
Players Tribune?
The Players Tribune article that he wrote, basically talking about him being the best version of himself, taking the year's suspension to learn about himself, get healthier than he's ever been, play great ball with the Jacksonville Jaguars, a team that we all thought was potentially going to go on a run, turn around everything for him, and now he gets a $90+ million bag from Tennessee. Good for him, and good for the Titans investing big here in an offseason in which we didn't know what the hell they were going to do.
Yeah, I feel like every team who wanted a wide receiver wanted Calvin Ridley. Like, he was at the top of everybody's list. As a Patriots fan, I wanted Calvin Ridley very bad. The Colts, you wanted Calvin Ridley. I know Tony even threw his hat in the ring with Calvin Ridley. And, obviously with Mike Williams getting released from the Chargers, yesterday, that adds to the market. So as a fan of a team who didn't get him, you hope that you can kind of set your sights on the next guy up, Mike Williams. But at the same time, I saw a lot of Titans fans reacting to it. Super pumped. This is awesome. And then finding out he was 29 years old has kind of changed some people's mindsets. I, for one, do not care.
He doesn't play like he's 20.
No, who gives a shit? I do not care.
And 29 is your prime. They say the peak body is what, 28 to 30 or 2 or something.
And he didn't take hits for a year and a half, almost 2 years.
Yeah, which I guess you can add on as a benefit. He even got healthier throughout those years. But yeah, I can understand 29-year-old wide receiver getting $90+ million at a brand new organization where you don't even know who the quarterback's going to be yet. It's certainly something that Titans fans could go, what the hell's going on? But I assume Titans fans asking what the hell's going on had questions when Vrabes was fired, when, maybe A.J. Brown was traded on draft day. There's been a lot of things that have happened in the Titans fandom over the last 5 years, we'll say, that could lead them to maybe not trust the entire process. But remember, this is a whole new building. Whole new building, whole new coaching staff, whole new vision for what the future should look like. And now you're kind of watching them build it. And I think there's a connection to Jacksonville as well.
Yeah, his wide receiver coach is now in Tennessee. And I guess they got along very well. But the Titans could have went two ways after Vrabes gets fired and Derrick Henry's gone and Tannehill's gone. It's the end of an era there. And they signed Lloyd Cushenberry, who's one of people had as the top center on the market, and then they go get Tony Pollard. Now they go get Calvin Ridley. So they made additions to those are 3 big additions to their offense for Levis if he's going to be the guy going
What's
forward.
the deal in the AFC South?
Well, they know it's the best. They know it's the best division in the league.
You don't have to say that. I understand where you're coming from because the AFC North pretty good. They just got better with Derrick Henry coming in there.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry in his press conference yesterday, you see how cool he looked?
So big.
It's a no-brainer. He said, and then hey, Derrick, after we heard it, we all thought of course he's a Baltimore.
Perfect. Yeah, perfect.
That's like a perfect fit for them. So obviously there's great divisions, great teams everywhere, but the AFC, he's so big, so fast, so strong.
Huge.
And now he has like a chip on his shoulder probably because the Titans team that he's only been with are like, we're kind of moving on.
Done.
But there's no gimmies. You're talking about in the North and
in the South, there's no gimmies.
There's no gimmies. There's a lot of divisions where there's no gimmies, and I think the South is one of them for sure.
Yeah, it's becoming that. Houston Texans make a lot of plays. Tennessee Titans make a lot of plays. Indianapolis Colts signed Joe Flacco.
No big deal.
He'll be joining us in about 30 seconds or so. Cannot wait to talk to him because we were very confused by his market because Jameis goes to Cleveland. Jacoby goes to New England.
Darnold.
And he had ties.
Darnold goes to Minnesota.
Tyrod to the Jets.
Marcus Mariota goes to
Washington.
the Commanders.
Minshew.
Goes to the Raiders. So, backup quarterbacks, starting whatever, hybrid quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Competing.
Hybrid quarterbacks because that might be what the new NFL is.
Yeah.
With how many backups played last year.
Bingo.
Might be like, hey, you're going to need a whole quarterback room. A lot of people had that vision in the past. I'd say a third of the league was like, hey, you need a good backup. And you're paying a good backup, too, just in case. Because if your guy goes down, you're screwed. Then there's some teams that were like, well, if your guy goes down, you're screwed anyways.
Yeah.
Even if you get the best backup, are you going to be able to go? For instance, Peyton Manning, I think there was a mindset Jim Sorgi was an incredible quarterback, but Jim Sorgi had to go to the Giants to get a good deal. There's no good deal coming from Bill Polian with Peyton Manning as your quarterback.
Right. Yeah.
The good deals were all spent on wide receivers, tight ends, Peyton Manning, running back. That's where we're spending our money. If Peyton goes down, we're screwed.
We're not going to win very many games.
Yeah, we're screwed anyways. That's kind of his mindset. But now it feels like more teams are like, hey, got to have at least somebody.
Yeah.
Thank God we had Gardner Minshew last year in Indianapolis. Got to be able to have a guy that can do it. Matt Hasselbeck came in for Andrew Luck. He won us a bunch of games whenever we weren't supposed to because Andrew Luck gets hurt. It's very vital role. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is the reigning comeback player of the year.
Whoa.
He came back.
Yes, he did.
And when he came back and said, do you remember who the hell I am? And in his first game back against the Rams, he reminded everybody.
Yeah.
5-step, all goes. I'm going to overthrow all these wide receivers by 15 yards.
Yep.
Just to remind them that 75 yards is still in there. Just a little, maybe a reminder myself too.
Sure.
Maybe I've been throwing on fields in between Ubering my kids from place to place with 5 kids. I've been throwing on park fields that don't have yardages. And if they do have yardages, I don't know if they're accurate or not. So just a little feeler here. I'm going to throw this thing 80 yards. Just a reminder to everybody in the building. Then he would go on and just lead a team to the playoffs.
No big deal.
Easy.
Then the quarterback market seemingly came and went. We had no idea where he was going to go. Is this guy going to retire? Is he going to come back mid-season again? What's the deal? Oh, he lands on the Super Bowl contending Indianapolis Colts just yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, Super Bowl champion, Joe Flacco.
Yeah, thanks for the introduction. I like it.
It's true, too. We know you just overthrew it by 15, 20 yards just to show everybody. I want to let you know. Hey, Joe, I want to let you know you made the right decision. Coming to Indy. So happy, Joe. Welcome to the city, pal. Now let's talk about it. Were you the quarterback market? We saw a bunch. We just rattled them all off. Jameis, Jacoby, Gardner, Marcus Mariota. All of these names. People are signing in different places. Okay, boom, bang, bow. Your name not coming up anywhere. Were you contemplating waiting until after the draft or training camp or season you were what was the whole process? And were you talking to any other teams? How did we end up at Indy, you think, Joe? Because I'm pumped about it and thankful for it.
Mostly nothing against the other guys, but mostly when I'm sitting around watching everybody get signed, I'm looking at my wife and going, what the hell is going on? I can't sign anywhere. Am I not gonna sign anywhere? What the hell is going on here? just kind of that's mostly what was going through my mind. I mean, I was ready to see what was going to happen, and probably had a few ideas of what may happen. But you're always wrong when you try to think of where you might end up. You really have no idea. At least that's the case with me. So
you're saying there was not a lot of chatter as you're watching everything happen. You're kind of just watching it unfold, wondering what the hell's going on.
Yeah, pretty much.
Joe, why is that? You think because you're old as hell now? You're the comeback player of the year. What do you think it is?
I don't know why. But listen, I once again, it's not for me to worry about. I am really excited about, going to Indy and working with their young guy and being back with Shane, who I was with a few weeks in Philly. They obviously had a really good team last year that was ready to compete. So I'm excited about going out there and getting to meet some new teammates and have a new experience.
So the getting signed before OTAs and training camp and everything is obviously different than it was last year, but that's something I assume you wanted to be a part of. And us as Indianapolis Colts fans, Anthony Richardson, the quarterback that we drafted with the number 4 overall pick before last season, electrifying. Dude can spin it. I mean, he can do everything. Wasn't able to protect himself last year. Maybe we didn't protect him. He took some shots. He ended up tapping out of like 3 of the 5 games and then obviously didn't play the rest of the year. So Gardner Minshew played a lot of football for us. Gardner Minshew was like Shane Steichen's first quarterback with the Colts. That offense is awesome. What do you know about the offense? Do you feel like you are a successful quarterback in that offense? Because it felt like it was a lot of Gardner slicing and dicing, and that's what Joey Flacco does. Okay. Don't get me too excited here, Joe, but aren't you perfect for the situation in Indianapolis right now?
I spent it wasn't a lot of time in Philadelphia, but I really do think the guys that are there, and then Shane, who's now in Indy, I really do like a lot of what they did. I would have been excited a couple years ago back then to be able to play with this offense with those guys. So I think they do an unbelievable job. I think Shane does a really, really incredible job with everything on that side of the ball. And like I said, it was a small sample size, but I was really impressed with what he does and excited about the opportunity to kind of be in that a little bit longer.
All right, we're pumped to have you. You got a throwing net behind you there over your left shoulder? Are we still?
Oh, dude. Yeah, what is that?
Other way.
Throwing net. I can't. Yeah. I mean, I wish my kids would use that. I can't figure out how to do this. I wish my kids would use that a little bit more, but I don't think that's getting any use.
You don't use that? That is in my head. I just saw you full helmet.
Yeah. Dripping sweat.
No, I'm not using that. There it goes. I think that's exactly what I have. That's pretty much exactly what that is back there.
Yeah, hey.
Nailed it.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped about that. Anyways, all right. Ty has a question for you, Joe.
Yeah, Joe, going into the offseason, were you initially, like, when you're looking at places, knowing how many teams needed a quarterback, were you thinking, like, hey, the expectation is that I'm going to sign somewhere and hopefully start, given how well you played last year? Or did you know, hey, there's a good chance that wherever I may wind up, I'm probably going to have to go in as a backup role again, and then hopefully just when my number gets called, I'll play like I did last year?
I think there was probably a little bit of, at a certain point, I was probably a little bit hopeful that maybe I'll get a chance to, go compete or be a bridge somewhere, and be able to at least show, whatever I can and help a team win some games and, make that last as long as possible. But it wasn't like it was a guarantee in my mind, and I was totally, happy with some of the roles out there that were going to require me to be a backup. And, I felt like I, have proven that, like, I can do that in multiple ways, whether that's be a good teammate, be good for the quarterback room, or come in and win games and when I need to and help the team stay where they want to stay. So, like I said, there's probably a little bit of hope that maybe I would get a chance to actually play somewhere from the very beginning of the season, but it wasn't something that was like, yeah, that's definitely going to happen, and I need that to happen. So, I listen. I've been around long enough to know that, like, hey, you can hope for certain things, but you also have to prepare yourselves for other things and find the positives in that. So.
Well, so you just said a lot there about being a backup quarterback and helping the quarterback and adding to the quarterback room, then coming in and playing and winning games if I have to in the middle there. Like, this is going to be Anthony Richardson's rookie year pretty much because he had surgery, was away from the building, you know? So this
Right.
year, we're assuming,
Yep.
come on, God,
Please, football gods.
whichever one is listening, whichever football gods, please. Hopefully he's around the entire season. Now, obviously, with the way the NFL is now, he might miss a game or two, whatever the case is, this is it. But being in the building, being around the NFL every single day was something he wasn't able to do last year because of the surgery and being out of there. And I don't think that it is the job of a veteran to teach the ways of their draft replacement or their backup if the person is the starter. Like, I think it's come out a couple of different times with numerous different players, like, he refuses to help the guy that they drafted number 20. Yeah, like, those stories have come out, and as players, I'm like, that's not
the worst.
That is not this person.
The worst.
Yeah, exactly. But
No.
with that being said, sounds like your mindset, though, at this stage is like, you understand that you're coming in to kind of teach Anthony Richardson the game a little bit behind the scenes. Is that true?
Well, listen, I've gotten criticized for that before. Like, no, I'm not a mentor. Like, there's a quarterback coach, there's an offensive coordinator. There's so many people that go along with doing this type of thing. But at the same time, like, we are a unit as a room. We spend so much time in that room together. And, like, how many 39-year-old backups are in the league that have played as much as I have? I mean, it'd be stupid for me. Like, it's not like I'm a super selfish person. Like, we're going to be in that room so much together. There's always conversations that come up about how we're going to do this. How do we see it? How's the read? What's it like versus this coverage and that coverage? And I think a lot of the times there's a tendency to overthink things at any level. And I think there's just very simple, easy ways that I can be in that room and say, hey, man, it's just football. Like, on this play, you just have to get your eyes here and be ready to throw it. And if it's not there, then, it's simple little things. And I agree with you. I hate when they bring up that mentor thing and, hey, are you going to be sitting in the room with this guy for 20 extra hours a week and doing all this stuff? And it's like, no, but but
I have a job too. I have a job.
Yeah, but there's very simple ways to help each other out in terms of how do you see this versus how do you see that, and simplifying it so that when you get to the line of scrimmage, you can play as fast as possible and play football the way you know how to play football. And that's the most important thing is, like, how can I play as fast as possible? And even though this isn't my backyard, even though this isn't the schoolyard and I'm not 12 years old, how can I put my mindset in that type of atmosphere to trick myself into thinking that's all this is and remind myself it is just football? And I think that I can, bring the room down to that level and be that reminder. And at the same time, like I said, I think it's also important, like, listen, this league's supposed to be about winning above all else, right? So I think it's important to have a backup that you believe can come in and win games for you if they have to. So I believe that, I obviously have a lot of confidence in my ability to do that. So hopefully these guys feel the same way.
Well, let's keep that confidence forever, okay? Because you quarterbacks, once you lose it, it's gone forever, Joe.
That's right.
It's gone forever.
That's right.
There's a chance.
That's right.
Punters, the same thing. Punters, kickers, golfers, you've only seen a couple, like, be able to bounce back from hitting I'll never be able to do this again, and then all the way back. So I have, that's the whole Joe Flacco elite thing. Oh, now we're into the whole, now we're into that whole thing. Yeah, I mean, you brought it up, not me. Just want to let you know that. But I appreciate you saying that and talking about that, about, like, yeah, I'm there. Like, I am here to help, and I'm here to point things out. But also, it's okay to show the young guys, this is how you work, too. Like, hey, here's how practice is. Here's how these reps are. Here's how I watch film. Here's this whole thing. And nobody ever talks about that. They're like, well, you going out of your way to teach him how to film? It's like, he can watch me watch film because I don't have time.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out the Houston Texans, DeMeco Ryans defense. I don't have time to try to figure out why he can't learn that entire thing. It's a wild, like, kind of narrative that got started, I don't know how many years back, and it seems to still remain in some places. But we're changing it, Joe. We're changing it. You have been around a long time, which leads to this from Tone Diggs.
Yeah, Joe, I'm getting old, not as old as you, but in my older days, I'm getting pretty cold. Okay, and you've been in Baltimore, Denver, Cleveland. Okay, you've been in Philly.
What?
Those are all very, very cold places. The Jets.
What?
Have you thought about, hey, November, December, I'm going to be indoors inside of Lucas Oil. I could be down in Houston. I could be down in Jacksonville. Have you thought about how nice that's going to be?
Yeah, a little south.
It is a little different. I mean, Florida, Tennessee, obviously a dome. Everybody in that division's also a tax-free state besides ourselves. So,
yeah, you haven't thought about that at all, huh, Joe? Yeah.
No, it is actually. It's interesting to think about because you're right. No matter how much, listen, I think I thrive in cold weather games, and I feel like I'm more capable of doing it than anybody. But at the same time, I'm still sitting in that locker room before the game like, God damn it, we got to go out there and play in 20 degrees. It's supposed to rain. What's that mean? No, I don't want to deal with that. So I'm just like anybody else. Like, I don't want to deal with that stuff, man. It's going to be great to be able to close that roof up and, just go out there and sling it around.
Joe, if you guys are winning games, Jim will decide to shut that roof.
Yep.
If you guys are losing games, look at the show.
Check it out.
Look at the show. He's selling tickets on that roof. Because he has a suite that has
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's closed in. He's closed in no matter what.
Yeah, and I've heard there's a chance there's even a event out there. We're sitting out there 45 degrees, sunny though.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful stadium. You're going to love it. Mm-hmm. Indianapolis people are going to be very pumped that you're here too. Wait till you see and feel this Colts fan base. It's new. It's a brand new fan base. Same fan base, but like new chapter seemingly with Shane Steichen and Anthony.
Cool.
We're going to be pumped for you to get out here. Last question now. You're a good guy, great guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if everybody feels that way. Connor's got a question for you.
Yeah, Joe, obviously the way you played at the end of the season was incredible, and how the awards ended up panning out. You were nominated to be a finalist for Comeback Player of the Year, and I believe you came out and you said, hey, what am I coming back from? Am I wiping my kid's ass? That's not something that you win awards for coming back from, but, ended up winning Comeback Player of the Year. Did you get a chance to go up to DeMar Hamlin and say, hey, I'm sorry I won this. You died.
You literally died on
I
the
should
field.
not be the one hoisting this award. Or did you just kind of
mixed emotions?
Take the award and leave?
Sorry about
how'd that go?
I did not. I took the award and left, apparently. I did not say anything to him.
Oh, this guy was a mentor quarterback. Jeez Louise.
Hey, believe me, there was part of me that I did feel bad about that. Ask me any of my friends. I was saying it to them as well. And my wife, it's not like I needed that thing. And I would have been, it would have been great. It would have been great if they gave it to him. But at the same time, there is a part of you that, hey, when you go out there and play well, you like to be recognized a little bit for it. So, it's not like I hated getting the award, but it did. I did feel very guilty, of course. Oh my gosh, I win Comeback Player in the year that DeMar's up for it. It's oh my god.
Yeah.
So obviously, a couple of my buddies were teasing me about that, which is it's all good. But no, I did not say anything to him personally.
All right, well, we will use this message. We'll send it to him.
Yeah.
Hey, DeMar, he felt
feels bad.
the same way. He felt. He's a human. Yeah, he has a brain. Did Tommy Flack? Tom Flack? What do you guys do? So it's your A's? Is it? And where's this accent? This is Baltimore. Where's this from?
It's a Philly accent. It's probably the A's. There's a couple different things. It's
water. You guys say assholes. You say water assholes over there.
No, we say water, but I've dropped that.
Oh yeah.
And we don't say listen to how I say asshole. See that's different than how it's not it's more of it's that long drawn out A.
Feels like you got that A with the two dots above it. I don't know how it's pronounced. Yeah, it feels like that is what your A's are.
Shane makes fun of me because I'm always going yeah. So he called me last night and that's how when I answered the phone, that's the first thing he said to me. Yeah.
Hey, Shane's awesome. Are you older than him?
Yeah, no, he's a lot of fun.
Are you older than him?
I don't know how old Shane is. I know he's really good friend. Him and Austin Collie went to high school together.
Yeah, you're older than Shane. You're older than the head coach. Congrats, you made it.
I want to say Shane's older than me.
It says he's 38 on the internet.
You're 39, right?
I'm 39.
Hey, you're older than your head coach. You made it. This is a long time. This is a long time in the league, pal. This is a really impressive run. You should be proud of yourself. That's why you're winning Comeback Player of the Year.
Amen.
Yeah. That's why you're doing it. Hey, we appreciate you, Joe. Safe travels over here to Indianapolis. Anything you need from us in the city, actually. Like any, pretty plugged in here. So anything you need, we are grateful for. Yeah, I got a couple houses for sale if you want to. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. So we appreciate.
I need one for rent, not for sale.
I'm not your landlord, Joe.
Jeez.
I'm not fixing your pipes, all right? You either buy the house or you don't. We saw how much you just got paid at 39. Anyways, we appreciate the hell out of you, brother.
All right. I appreciate it, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joey Flacco.
Yeah,
Flacco. So happy he's on our team.
Yeah,
that's
that
awesome.
accent is awesome.
My wife, immediate response was not as positive as I had hoped for. She's a Colts fan, obviously.
Why is that?
I don't know. She said, how old is he? That was her first question. It's like, it's not about that, man.
Old enough.
It's a 1-year deal.
He's 39 years old. He's playing like he's 26 again. What are we even talking about? Especially with Shane Steichen's offense. He just won comeback player of the year over a guy that died.
Yeah.
What are we even?
It's a big deal.
What are we even talking about in this entire thing? And she said, well, we had Phil Rivers. I said, he took Colts to the playoffs.
Almost beat the Bills.
Should have won the Bills.
Then Carson Wentz, she said. Then Matt Ryan, she said.
She's right there.
And then now we got Joe Flacco. I'm like, okay, makes sense where you're coming from. Flacco's different.
Yeah.
Very different.
Flacco's a bit different because he's not being named the automatic starter.
No.
He knows hey, listen, I'm in the room trying to make the room as good as possible. If they need me to play, which is very feasible with how Anthony Richardson's season went last year, it's like he can win some games, especially in Shane Steichen, who's younger than him's offense. Like, he can move if he has to. Now, I don't know how long those hamstrings are going to last.
True.
39 trips around the sun, normally hamstrings will get a little bit tighter, a little bit weaker, but we've seen people in the past, and he was scampering a little bit last year, I think, even to the surprise of himself. But he can spin it, and, Shane draws people open. So it's a perfect signing for the Colts, and I'm pumped about it.
I'm just spitballing here.
How about him saying nobody was really...
Yeah, that was interesting, and he was sitting there and was confused, probably like we would have been as well. But I think Connor just upgraded to a 2-bedroom.
Believe me, anytime Joe Flacco
with a good view
needs anything, espresso martini.
He's gonna be your roommate.
Recommendation, perhaps, maybe just a little. Hey, where can I go and have a drink by myself? Just
all those spots.
Just give us a call.
Hey, you want to go drink alone? I know where you need to go.
Yeah, hey, follow me. And if you,
I wonder if Joey Flack's drinking it all. He's got 5 kids.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Oh, he's definitely drinking it.
See, I was thinking the other way, but you were like,
drink a lot of ice cold water.
They say that like assholes.
Yes,
for sure.
There's no reason for them to do that.
No,
they know it too.
In Gritty, that stupid. I can't even. That stupid mascot for. When was the last time the Philadelphia Flyers won the Stanley Cup?
I don't know, Pat. It's so far back, like 1975.
75? I didn't know it was that long.
Oh, yeah.
1975?
They were playing hockey then?
I don't think they were in helmets. 75? The Flyers haven't won a Stanley Cup since then?
Checks out.
Winless.
it's damn near 50 years.
Yikes.
Holy hell. That sucks.
Terrible.
Anyways, their trash bag of a mascot, Gritty, is trying to dunk on the Pittsburgh Penguins. Okay. Hey, Gritty, keep your social media away from the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Yeah, shut up.
Yeah, I don't know if he's
I've
trying.
seen you skate. You're good. Okay, I've seen you skate. You're good. Yeah, you're entertaining. I like how reckless you are while you're sliding down the banisters.
Yep.
I like the electricity. You're the closest thing to a Stanley Cup champion that the Philadelphia Flyers have had in 50 years. Gritty. But you need to keep your little nose out of the Pittsburgh Penguins social media. And that's just a little warning to the people that say water over there, okay, from the other side of the state.
Yeah, you said trying to dunk on. Gritty dunked on the Pittsburgh
I didn't get the
Penguins.
reference. I've never seen
Yeah,
it.
but how can you dunk on someone? Isn't he in jail for like smacking a little kid or something like that?
I think that was Benny the Bull.
No,
Yeah.
Benny the Bull wouldn't do that.
Gritty
No,
also.
no,
It was Gritty, right?
Do that.
Benny the Bull wouldn't do that. You're right. Was it Gritty?
Gritty also.
I believe Gritty did smack a young child in the face
Yeah,
or something.
a young sweet boy.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
He was allegedly accused of punching a 13-year-old boy.
Okay, but with the way these kids look nowadays with that stupid, his eyes are.
Yeah.
I don't think he was charged. I don't think it went anywhere.
Yeah, I probably didn't do it on purpose either. Remember, that stupid thing can't see anything.
True.
I don't think you have to say
13-year-old?
allegedly either to a fluffy orange thing.
Well, I mean, what we have learned, fluffy orange thing, I'm not even getting into that.
What's that?
I'm not even getting into
What
that.
do you mean?
About how you definitely have to say, I'm not even getting into that.
No, yeah, you can't.
I
You
can't even.
You can't.
What are you talking about?
I'll be honest. I think I'm kind of out to lunch here.
Yeah, I think you know. I think you know. I think you know.
Fluffy orange.
Today's not the day. There's a lot of stuff going around about a lot of things people said. We don't.
Fluffy orange.
I opened I opened the
Pandora's box.
I opened it, yeah. And I said, "What's this?" Oh, he's in politics now. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's in politics now. So he'll be treated as a politician, which is this guy hasn't been confirmed.
No.
Guy's in a jungle. This just comes out.
Kill him.
Murder this guy.
Slaughter him.
That's what it is, right?
Oh,
That's
yeah,
the game.
big time.
That's the game.
And that's kind of when he's.
That's because politics, you're choosing to make decisions that affect other people's lives. So need to know.
Yeah.
Legit.
Need every skeleton.
And I understand that, okay? Because but that has not been confirmed, okayed, or anything. But he's in a jungle in Costa Rica right now.
Mm-hmm.
And
he wants to play our game.
And then he's gonna come back to it, whatever it is.
Check his phone.
Like you found out after the last time he went into the darkness retreat.
Yeah.
Packers have moved on from him. He opened his phone. Oh, I'm gone from this is over. This time coming out of the jungle. Did I say it?
2013.
What?
That's not there's going to be.
Oh, yeah. That's just the beginning.
That's politics.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, like, any of our friends that sign up to do politics, we have been very open saying, do not.
Bad idea.
There is no, first of all, do we? That's really of you. Really, you think. A lot of that type of conversation with them. But also, they're going to kill, their politics world, they try to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is what they actually try to do. Now, we have no idea about any of it. Obviously, what was being said, we do not, like, that is not our, okay? We can even run the thing at the beginning and say, like, the people's opinions do not reflect ours or whatever. This is like talk show. This is especially those. This is a talk show, conversational show. We're learning about people through that entire thing. But also, who knows? Like, he's like, good luck out there in that jungle.
Good luck.
Good luck out there in the political jungle.
That's right.
Good luck out there in the political
place.
jungle, which has not been confirmed or yesed or anything, but being treated as, oh, is that right?
That's the green light.
Oh, you want to play an R?
All right.
Yeah.
We'll get you.
There was this one time, 2002, I think. He didn't have any shoes on. His hippie ass walked in.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that's what the politics.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Didn't wash his hands in the
Until you see
bathroom.
what we got from 2008.
Wait,
Just wait.
this guy took a dump on somebody's couch.
You heard of the Oval Office?
Yeah.
Good luck out there to all the politicians.
Good luck.
Hope you guys live a squeaky clean life.
Yeah.
If you're,
In every conversation you've ever had, too. Can't be saying dumb shit.
No, because we're going to hear about it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
something to think about if you're a Jets fan is, who won the MVP last election season?
Twice.
Like, this might be his, like, when he becomes the most
He
powerful.
comes out of that jungle.
Yeah, exactly. It's an election year.
Reads how despicable of a human he is. Now we go.
Yeah.
The Jets fans through this whole thing are probably just like, oy vey, what do we?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What do we even got? Why is this even happening?
Trying
What
to-
do we? Michael Cole will send why? Text.
Like 2 a.m. thinking about it.
Probably, I don't know, 6-7 times over the last 2 days. He's been in the middle of doing voiceover work for WWE 2K, which is, I think, every single day of his life other than Monday Night Raw. Thank you to Cole, Corey Graves, Byron Saxton, and I believe Jackie Redmond.
Nice.
I don't know who's been in now. I don't know. I do not know. I do not keep up with it enough because as soon as it was presented to me, I was like, no, thank you.
Yep.
No, I don't have enough time in the day. But he'll just come out of a voiceover session, I think, and then he'll see something, he'll screenshot it, send it to me, and go, why? Why is this happening? Why do Jets fans have to deal with this? Well, we need to remind everybody, the only thing he has openly confirmed that he is the Jets quarterback.
Boom.
And he's also openly confirmed that I don't think next year is the last year of this entire thing. He said that. Now, is that changed or anything? We don't know.
No, he just said on Eddie Bravo that he wants to play 2, 3, if not 4 more years.
Okay, so that was behind the paywall, so I didn't see it. But I've heard since his name has been launched into the politics world, there's a lot of people going behind the paywall.
Yeah.
Let's hear what this guy who wants to make decisions to run my life thinks and believes and whatever the case is. Wild, once again, nobody that I am friends with should get in politics because you'll have a friend that'll say to you the entire time, why are you doing this? This is the dumbest thing of all time. But, I think the only thing he's confirmed at this point is that he wants next year to go well.
Yeah.
And he knows that it's being put on his shoulders.
Yep.
And Aaron, however you feel about him, since the beginning of time, whenever he has, something to to conquer, he has seemingly done that. Now, everybody will point to his Super Bowl records and everything like that, and I assume there will be people on Aaron Rodgers' side that will come out and say, look at the whole team's performance too, just like what it was happening whenever the Kirk Cousins narrative, which wasn't real, was being spread, and many other quarterbacks. Peyton Manning gets the entire talk about it as all, but like he plays his best whenever he's being the most kinda, and I think the Achilles tear and the disappointment and letdown after the big buildup will be used as a massive motivation chip for him this upcoming season. And he loves Hackett. He loves Nathaniel Hackett, the offense coordinator, who got buried all year last year for being inept pretty much.
Yeah.
And I think he enjoys the hell out of his relationship with Saleh. Like, there's a lot of things and reasoning for him to go out and play his best football. And that's what I think, I don't want to speak for everybody. That's what I believe is going to happen. I think that's what we all believe is going to happen.
Yes.
But boy, some of these things that are going to go along the road here to the regular season that we're about to learn, it might seem like that's not going to be the case. We got to remember to stay like this is when Aaron does perform his best throwing footballs.
Well, speaking of, 2012 was an All-Pro, and he also led the league in passer rating. Okay, 2016 he led the league in touchdowns. Okay, 2020 he was an MVP. So I mean, every 4 years.
I mean, just reading the tea leaves here.
If it's an election year, this man is hyped up. Okay,
he gets all zeked up.
He got zeked up.
Now normally it would just be behind the scenes though, where he'd be reading. Oh, I can't believe this.
Yeah.
Now it's a little bit more open.
Yeah.
Now it's a little. I got some thoughts. Because how the whole. You remember the COVID? How many times is he?
That's point ABC.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a tweet from the jungle, I do believe, from Aaron Rodgers. Breaking. I do wonder if there's a chance that he had just gotten service and seen everything and just been like, I was just with the mother.
Yeah.
I was just with Plant God.
Yeah.
I was just trying to find a little happiness and fulfillment down here in the jungle. I just opened my thing. No happiness, no fulfillment. What the hell happened? Oh, the New York Times reported that you were going to make, you welcomed an overture. So that means, and you're an independent too. So
Exactly.
you see,
everybody.
Everybody is going to be looking.
Oh, yeah. Arrows from every angle.
Yeah. Cuban Missile Crisis.
What's that guy's name from House of Cards? The little rat-looking one that was would go and clean things up and make
Frank's right-hand man.
Yeah, that one.
he's such a good actor.
He is a great actor.
I see him.
I assume that's a real human, though.
Bald guy.
There's multiple of those.
Yeah.
Because you're an independent party as well. If it's being announced that you get into the politics, so yeah, you're literally a sitting duck down in the jungle in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Here's the tweet. As I'm on the record saying in the past, what happened in Sandy Hook was an absolute tragedy. I am not and have never been of the opinion that the events did not take place. Again, I hope that we learn from this and other tragedies to identify the signs that will allow us to prevent unnecessary loss of life. My thoughts and prayers continue to remain with the families affected along with the entire Sandy Hook community. Heart, hashtag, I'm doing Twitter.
Good to hear.
I mean, that's
a good statement.
That's a VP. If I've ever.
As I was reading it, I was thinking to myself, okay, this sounds like well, Aaron's always going to be well thought out. Like, that's, I think, what people think is not Aaron. Because, some things it seems like he is just
off the hip.
Boom, 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 flying. This guy does not live like most humans in 2024. He will literally just put his phone down and go be with his thoughts for 6-7 hours and just read a book, sit and meditate, look out. That is what he does as opposed to what everybody else does. So he is a deep thinker is how I think he would describe it and how we can all describe it. So everything, seemingly thought out. I'm happy to hear that, by the way.
Yes.
I'm very happy to hear that. That is good news. And now that's just the first of many.
Yep.
Until he says, because he didn't say in there, I'm not.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
Did you read that as well?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everything I just said about the Jets, hey, the only thing that he has guaranteed and said is that he wants to play multiple years for the Jets. And we've looked at his record. These are the times when he plays his best ball. He knows what everybody's expecting. And then there was an opportunity right there to say, I'm focused on being a Jets quarterback. There's no limit to the characters either.
No. He could have kept going.
I saw a thing, I think ABC reported, they talked to Jesse the Body Ventura's son, and Jesse the Body had not been offered.
Legs?
Huh?
The legs?
The body and the legs. Yeah.
How dare you?
And Jesse the Body's dad would be the head.
Yep.
Boom.
Hey, this is a serious report, okay?
Sorry.
Okay? This is a serious world.
I apologize.
This is why Pat's a better Better guy than you are.
I'm better human than you are.
That's not true. I am acknowledging the son by his nickname.
But anyways, the body's
Jeremy the body, Jeremy the legs Ventura.
Yeah, that's right.
The body has not been offered that VP spot yet. And
well, what if he just didn't tell his son the legs? That's a whole nother. That's a whole nother conversation about like
he's off the grid. It's hard to pin down. So.
In this, we'll revert this back to. Well, this is sports because guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
rating.
This is a wild.
MVP.
Well, AJ's not gonna tell us shit either.
Yeah, but you got to remember, we've been learning this with the sports world as we've been in it on the daily beat, which I think I used properly there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
People can be considered in the know at the time and actually be ignorant as about all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's people that could be considered close and in, but aren't actually in, and I think that's a situation that you see in sports a lot where somebody will say, somebody very close to this particular player is saying this is sources are saying this, and then it ends up being completely wrong. And it's like, well, how were they wrong? Oh, because they didn't know shit ever. They were never in. Even though they made it appear as if they were in or acted as if they were in, they don't know anything. Now, with that being said, Aaron could have said in that tweet that he was not potentially going to be the vice president of the United States of America. He chose not to. We will continue to have our ear to the ground in the jungle on the situation.
Yeah, I mean, there's a chance that he's going to thread that with the Uncle Sam pointing, and I want your vote. I mean, there's a chance that he just, instead of putting it to bed, he says, hey, nope, this is the time.
Is that how it works, too, if you're independent? Just like, yeah, I'm running.
I guess.
And then they just put you on a ballot? I don't know. We're not getting into this.
Yeah,
we are not into it. Let's talk a little bit about the NFL as we have 2 minutes. The league meetings, the owners' meetings are taking place here in a few weeks. We're going to be live from down there.
Whoa. Go.
Yeah. Don't know if I was supposed to say that, just like I didn't know if I was supposed to say the Iowa one yesterday, but I believe we're going to be down there one of the days, full show set up down there. I don't know if this has ever happened in the past at these league owners meetings. Normally it's like an insiders down there from each network, but we're thinking that we're going to be able to have some conversations with a lot of people, meet up with a lot of the people. I scheduled our vacation during the combine here in Indianapolis, so we missed that a bit. But during those meetings, there's a lot of votes that take place. I think a Tom Brady vote to potentially become ownership of the Raiders is maybe on the table to be discussed. There's rules that are discussed, and there's been a couple interesting rules publicly stated that are going to be proposed at these meetings that I don't think we're against.
No.
I think we're for. Some of these things that are getting pitched, we all think to ourselves, that's so stupid. Why are they wasting their time thinking of this? Why are they trying to ruin football? There's 4 of them that we've learned about publicly here before being actually pitched that I think we're kind of fans of. And also with the new kickoff, getting a chance to chit-chat with the founders and the creators of the kickoff who took their spin of the XFL kickoff last year to save the kickoff play going forward. It's like, I think we have some good stuff coming out of these meetings, and game can potentially get even better than it already has been without losing football.
That's
Amen.
right.
Bingo. The oomph.
Yeah.
Can't be losing football. They need football to
Be football.
More of that.
need football. Need helmets.
Yep.
And shoulder pads. And bodies.
Smack it.
Need football.
Need football.
right.
Need football.
Need football.
Need football.
Need football.
Need it.
Football!
Yeah.
Feels like these rules aren't going to ruin football. That's
No.
great. I love that. I appreciate that. AJ Hawk joins us on the other side, and maybe Kyle Busch.
Whoa.
Yep. See you in 3.
In an abandoned warehouse, Arthur Isaac Fischel, the world's AI authority, has summoned the Earth's most influential doofuses for an emergency meeting about the terrifying powers of artificial intelligence. Antonio Margherita, influencer from Italy. Vladimir Borobashnakowski. Chad Speed. Jim. We catch up with them mid-dinner as Artie Fish tries his damnedest to get the influencer's attention.
Yes, that'll work. Thank you. Scram. Let's get down to brass tacks, boys. The real reason we're here. AI is it's a problem. It's going to kill us all.
It's hard to take you serious with the way your face looks right now.
I mean, you look like a fucking asshole. What are you talking about?
Oh, the only thing artificial is those fucking balls you call balls.
You look absolutely absurd.
You guys don't understand. You're not listening to me, okay? I'm wearing this because AI can hear your thoughts. They can get into your brain, guys.
You ain't got no fucking brain.
Once again, struggling to take anything you say serious. My team told me I should come to this. You look like a joke. He looks like a joke.
Like an absolute jerk off.
Does this look like a joke? Huh? That's a nuclear bomb.
Nah, that's fake. Just
Fucking bad man puts marbles in plastic
You need a Duma, my friend.
You guys aren't listening. This right here, AI gave to me. A nuclear freaking bomb. Told me the only way to save this screwed up world is to blow it up. This guy awake? Idiot.
Wake up, asswipe.
You wouldn't hit somebody with a
No, yeah, fuck.
No, don't you worry. This one is foolproof.
I doubt it.
I brought it here, boys. Not just for show.
What?
But because I'm gonna blow up the world right now!
Holy shit! That's Jack Carr!
Turns out, that was an actual nuclear bomb. Arthur Isaac Fischel was going to blow the entire world up, and Jack Carr saved us all. It was his actual first shot. And Artie Fish is actually dead. Forever. Thank the Lord that Jack Carr sensed trouble. Hell yeah, Jack Carr.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey, what? Let's go! This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it. Ah! The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, you pig! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Sport! Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this Joe Flacco Thursday, March 14th, 2024. Hour 2 of the program starts now.
Flacco!
See, since he was already passed, the boys weren't in good communication. That was despicable. What just happened by you three. You had a lot of time to figure that out. Didn't know if you were going to go back to sports or Flacco. Flacco had already passed, which is why you're potentially thinking about saying sports. Nonetheless, Joe Flacco was on in the first hour. He's the newest member of the Colt as free agency continues to cook. Now, there's still people available for teams to get better, but over $2 billion was spent in 3 days for teams hoping to bring in some people or somebody that can get them over the hump to maybe reach the mountaintop that is a Super Bowl champion.
Hell yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful time. The Talks Table is here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. Ty, you look sweet, dude.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, my hair is
Flow.
It's getting there.
Yeah, what's going on with the hair? What's that all about?
Well, just kind of growing it out a little bit. Just I didn't really want to cut it, so I just said.
Just out of nowhere? It seems like every time during draft season you kind of do this with your hair.
Kind of just get lazy, and the summer's not quite here yet, so it's like, hey, do you want to go, really short, and then we get a couple of these cold days, or we get these storm cells moving in like they are.
Yeah, I guess
today.
we got the TV was knocked off.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I don't know if we got knocked off our send, but the TV over there was all because the storm that just came through.
Exactly. So I just keep it at this length, maybe through like the end of April, and then I'll probably cut it.
What are some hairstyles with the hair that long? You can kind of do the comb over.
Yeah. Slick back.
Yeah,
no slick back.
Yeah, you can do a little blowout. Take it back too. I think some people I've seen have that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I think, right?
Yeah.
That's like Mel Kiper, I think.
Mel Kiper does like the blowout.
Pauly D.
Yeah, people don't think about how long Mel Kiper had to grow that hair out to get it look like that, do they?
Exactly. It takes time.
It does.
It's a process.
There's a lot of different stages you got to battle through that make you look like a jackass.
Right.
Yeah.
kind of in right smack dab in the middle of one right now.
So congrats to Mel Kiper having that patience to grow that hair.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
One half of the hammer.
Dahn.
Cowboys. Tone Diggs is here. Tone, I love the fact that we had Flacco on. He's played for every other team in the AFC North but the Pittsburgh Steelers. You have that big Steelers on your chest. You're feeling a little bit more festive today about being a Pittsburgh Steelers fan?
Well, it's that time of the year. It's
because Russell Wilson is posting videos with black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
Black and yellow. He's done Renegade. He's tweeted it's a great day to be Steeler. He tweeted Queen. He was super pumped about that move yesterday. Yeah, I mean, everything's going well in Pittsburgh right now. I don't understand why I wouldn't just be happy to support every single day. There it is.
It's a great day to be a Steeler. It is. Hey, isn't it, Russ?
Well said.
Amen, Russ.
Wait till he drops the yins. Just wait.
This guy's one of us. Look at this jag off.
Could be his sign off.
Is this not? You saw him new threads opening the uniform?
Yeah. And it was the block uni, so even better.
Oh, he's taking his entire.
He's all in.
His entire team 3 is now.
Yeah.
Representing. He's the face of Pittsburgh right now.
Yes, he is.
Russell Wilson is the face of Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Way to go, Russ.
Go, Russ.
He's going to win games too, right? And when he wins games, he's going to be beloved forever. This isn't just a 1-year thing.
No.
This is potentially a 10-year thing with Russell Wilson and Team 3, a city that'll have his back. And although it seems like those two wouldn't be a good fit, the way Russell Wilson kind of operates, Mr. Unlimited. Most Yinzers would say, oh, shut up. That's what they would normally.
Yeah.
That's how that whole thing would go. Not everybody in the city, but I'm just talking about Yinzers, which make up the diehard Steeler fan base and the loudest Steeler fan base. But once you start piecing it together, it's like, wait, Russell Wilson has needed a fan base like this.
Yeah.
The Seattle Seahawks, I understand, very loud fan base, everything like that. Good people, great fan base. Denver Broncos fan base, legendary, historic, everything like that. I don't think they're necessarily known for being the people that will try to unalive you with their words.
Yep.
Okay? So if Russell Wilson needs or gets into some of these public spats for being incredibly corny or stupid, or his Team 3 says something, having Yinzers get his back might be the perfect thing for his public battles, and I think that's good news for Team 3. They need to do that.
I think it is too. He needs someone to have his back. Like that's what fuels him. And first and foremost, great use of unalive. That's really growing on me. I think I don't think I'm going to use kill anymore. Unalive is definitely the way.
I didn't create it, obviously, but I did feel good about utilizing it in that particular. Yeah. I was cheering for my brain at the time when I thought of it.
And I talked to a source within the Steelers organization in the time at the No.
Whoa.
In the know at the time.
Yeah, there it is. I thought we had a new saying.
It was the first. It was the first player they had to ship a jersey immediately to because he wanted to wear that jersey on the flight. So when he passes Franco, and gives him a big hug, he's gonna have his jersey on, and then he's gonna get driven to the facility. He's gonna have his jersey on when he gets out of the car and does all of his first interviews and stuff like that. He's gonna have his jersey on because that's what he does now, and that's what we like. Okay. Okay, when you're walking,
that's what we like now. Okay, that's what we like now.
When you're walking around down through the strip and on the North Shore, we like when guys are wearing jerseys of their own. It's gonna be sweet.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be sweet.
Oh yeah,
there it is. That's live.
This is an AI. This is an AI. This is an AI Zeet production here, and. I do appreciate. He wanted to do that new Threads video.
Yeah, come on.
It's not something you're aware. It was the new Threads video. Joining us now is a man who I assume has some thoughts on everything that Diggs just said and how Diggs just said it and how Diggs actually feels seemingly underneath that cowboy hat. A man who's a college football national champion, a Super Bowl champion, a Ryder Cup winner, and maybe on a chief of staff in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk.
Yeah.
AJ, did you hear that from Tone? And what are your thoughts on him saying we like that now? Okay, we do. We like that.
Convincing, yeah. Tone is really convincing me that he is all on board with everything Russell Wilson brings to town, right, Tone? Like, you feel really good about it, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I think, like,
he's an undefeated Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback.
Exactly. Undefeated. The town was always a blue-collar steel town. You know, it's actually changed a little bit now to more of a medical tech place. So, and I think Russ is going to help usher in the new era, okay?
So he just said a lot there.
Of the Lord?
Okay. Yeah, I think the old show up at the bar every single day at the same time, sit in the same stool, drink the same drinks to the same bartender next to the same people type of guys are still going to exist in the Steeler fan base.
Yeah.
And the only way you're going to win them over is if you win a Super Bowl.
Yep.
Okay? Until then, you're nothing compared to everybody that has been a Steeler. You're an embarrassment to the Steelers. Why are you doing that? And then when you win, not winning the right way.
Sure.
So until you win a Super Bowl, you're not going to get those people. But I think a lot of the people Like, if he wins immediately, yeah, we're eating danger witches for breakfast, lunch. That's what we do around here,
He can do whatever he wants. If he wins there, he can do whatever he wants. It'll be like the pinnacle of his career, because think how they will be behind him so hard if he does find a way to win a Super Bowl.
Think about all of the shit. I mean, even when he was rehabbing the mallet finger that he had.
Yep.
That was the name of it, actually.
It was.
Yes, it was.
It was mallet finger that he was rehabbing. And he does the full drive down the field with huddle when nobody else was on the field.
Pre-game.
Pre-game. Talking, motivating, making checks, throwing a touchdown, celebrating the touchdown. Skycam has him the entire time. Now, that's just probably a part of his mental routine that he does or whatever the case is. But I would assume Pittsburgh people, because that was happening in Pittsburgh against the Steelers at the time, ridiculed and mocked that at a level that was probably much higher than every other city in the United States of America. Because it was, just because
they were pinned deep too.
Yeah, well, they started. It was a great punt.
Yeah,
Steelers had a great punt. Presley Harvin, who's no longer a Pittsburgh Steeler, pinned him deep, and him being able to just avoid the sack there.
I know
at the end and throw that touchdown.
Incredible.
Talking to the quarterback coach at the end there.
I didn't like the third call. Yeah, and then kind of move along in that entire thing. Because it's in Pittsburgh, he killed it. He does that as a Steeler and then goes out and wins. Oh, sorry, our guy's more prepared than you guys are. Is your guy taking drives down a field against a defense? No, because you guys are a trash franchise with a trash quarterback. That's how quickly it can turn if you win for a city that loves football and aren't scared to talk shit or be, a little bit of, we'll say moxie.
Okay.
Trashy.
Sure, that works too.
I mean, not scared to get in there if you have to, all of us. But I love it over there. I genuinely do.
Wait until before week 1 or even before a preseason game. He's out there, his Jagoff's out there with his Apple Vision Pro doing that, leaning down the field. He can see the defense. He programmed the defense in there. He's seeing all the hots and stuff like that.
He has it plugged into his hand warmer.
Yeah, exactly.
He has that thing in his hand warmer doing it all.
Quite the scene.
I'm thinking of Bones just going, look at this Jagoff.
Yes.
This guy's in the year 2050.
Why is this guy wearing snow goggles?
Who's he playing against? What is that? These guys aren't real, Russ. And then Russ wins the game. He's like, going to need to see that.
Get it out.
Need to see that again. It's amazing. Pittsburgh is an amazing place with amazing people, genuinely. Some of the most entertaining humans on earth. You're just walking down the street and you see, because that's how they are. But if you win for them, boy, you can do anything forever. Franco's got a damn statue in the airport that you actually have to say hello to before you get to the city of Pittsburgh whenever you fly in.
You win for us, we will unalive someone for you.
Bingo. And as we move forward, Joey Flacco is now an Indianapolis Colt, AJ. We talked to him in the first hour. This is a big deal for the Colts because obviously last year we saw that Gardner Minshew got a significant amount of the season's playing time because Anthony Richardson got hurt early in his rookie campaign. Now, are they going to be able to protect Anthony Richardson? Is he going to be able to maintain with NFL hits and tackles? Will his body be able to hold up through it all? There's a lot of questions in that department. Now we got a guy who is able and has took a team to a playoffs, and in doing so, won comeback player of the year, even though he had no injuries. He beat a guy who was dead on a football field and came back and played the next season for comeback player of the year. That guy's now an Indianapolis Colt. I'm pumped about it, AJ. My wife at the beginning, Sam, was a little Matt Ryan, Phil Rivers, Carson Wentz, Joey Flacco. She kind of went through that entire thing. But I think I sold her on the upside of, like, with our offense, with who we have, we just need a guy that can spin it, and Flacco can. Do you feel the same way about that as we talk about all the other free agency moves afterwards?
Yeah, I do, but it's different for Flacco. Now he's coming in to be the backup, and I thought he talked about it very well, the mentorship part of all of that. Now, of course, we're all in the same room. We help each other. That's how it goes. It's not some big declaration where you sit there and I am your mentor. I will show you the way, son. No one's going to want to hear that from anybody, but we know you need a capable backup. If any year showed us this, it was last season.
How many quarterbacks played around the NFL this last season?
It was between 70 and 80 quarterbacks started for different teams.
32 teams in the NFL. You start doing math. A lot of starters got hurt. A lot of starters missed games. As they move to 18 games, which is seemingly inevitable, sounds like is going to be taking place. Not that we all didn't see that immediately upon 17 games getting okayed. It's like there's going to come a time where you almost just rest. Hey, let's say it's middle of the season. 66 quarterbacks played last year, started last year. 32 teams. That's obviously
68 in 2022. So it's not like it's like an odd thing either. Like there's a lot of quarterbacks to start.
And we hit them less. We hit quarterbacks way less than we used to. No.
Yeah, I'm wondering if going forward there'll be games where, like, even if they're at 75%, it's like, let's just give you another week because you got 18 games. You know, the NBA has this issue where they were resting players, and that's because I assume the NBA players say, our bodies weren't able to make it to the end of the season when the most important games were, which is when all the eyes were on us. NFL guys, you know, like you get to the playoffs, all eyes are, there's guys crawling to those games.
Oh, yeah.
Like not even being able to walk Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They do a walkthrough kind of in practice, and then they're traveling on Saturday, then the game's on Sunday, and they're tore all out of their mind and whatever the case is. Play the game and like, oh, you won another game. Congratulations. You move on to the AFC Championship game. It's like, well, oh, okay. Can somebody roll me out of bed on Tuesday? Like there's a lot of guys that you don't hear about that are kind of crawling towards the finish line. There's going to come a time where the backup quarterback, not only because of quarterbacks getting hurt, but like they're going to be like almost guaranteed, like, hey, we're going to play in 4 games this year. Starter's going to be doing, like, I think that's probably going to come at some point, especially if you have capability. Like, Flacco's great. Flacco's a good quarterback. Like, there might be some teams you think ahead, like, I think Flacco might be the right guy to play against this team. Rest our guy. Now, you're not going to do that to a franchise quarterback, somebody you're paying $180 million to, but there's a lot of situations that aren't like that. And I think you're only going to continue to see his backup numbers continue to go up.
Yeah, and especially with the rookie quarterback being someone who's gotten banged up in the one season that he played, you know, that you are going to need guys like that. But for, you know, what Sam is saying with the Colts and their track history of, you know, bringing older guys in, like Phillip Rivers was $25 million. Carson Wentz was $33 million. Matt Ryan was $40 million. Like, you're getting a $40 million quarterback.
$4.5 million
for
bucks.
$4.5 million. Yeah, like you're getting the production of what you expected out of those older guys out of Joey Flacco. That's the difference.
What did Bill Cowher say? He said production and tolerance.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kind of like this right here.
It's real.
Yeah.
That is real.
And he said in a roundabout way, be who you can afford to be. You know, he said, I'm going to treat everybody fairly, but not everybody equally. So, like, and then he did the production and the tolerance thing. If your production's up here, it's funny how the tolerance goes up a little bit more. But if this thing starts falling, all of a sudden now we got an issue. It's like with Flacco, $4.5 million. It's like that adds to the production.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a part of the production in this entire thing. Just like the Russell Wilson, $1.2 million. Now let's talk about some rules that are going to be proposed. We'll start with the Colts, who we've been talking about, Joe Flacco's new home. The Colts are proposing that, you know what? We should be able to challenge under 2 minutes, too. I don't know what the deal is here. I don't know why in the most important parts of the game, the end of the first half and end of the game as a whole, with the final 2 minutes, we're not allowed to say, that ain't right, even though the rest of the game we are. We're relying on Walt Anderson to be the guy who decides in the biggest moments whether or not a team is getting screwed, even though we're boots on the ground. There's Walt Anderson, Senior VP of NFL Officiating. It is his team that is doing the reviews after 2 minutes. They're the ones that buzz down. There's also people, I think, in every stadium now looking at it, but they're the ones that are supposed to be in charge under 2 minutes. And it's always been a topic of conversation because if a player knows something's happening, he can tell his coach, and his coach can throw challenge flag even if other teams trying to run hurry up. But if you throw a challenge flag in under 2 minutes, a penalty, like it's a detriment to you. You can't even think about it. I don't know why they say you're not allowed to in the final 2 minutes. It feels like that should be allowed. More drama, too. If you have one challenge left, a little desperation, like we're hoping for it almost in there. It's like, I like this rule that's being proposed by the Colts, and I appreciate the challenge becoming something that's being talked about a lot more in these rules, as we'll hit another one here in a matter of moments, AJ.
Yeah, don't you think it's always been dumb, I think, that you get penalized if you end up throwing the flag in under 2 minutes? Like, come on. Like, that should be picked up. I never agreed with that.
After a score, after a turnover, in under 2 minutes, if you throw the challenge flag, you'll get penalized. Because after a score, they're already reviewing it. So you're throwing a challenge flag on something that's already happened. You turnover, already reviewing it. So you're throwing a challenge flag on something we're already doing. You idiot. Don't do that. We don't need it. Okay? We don't need the whole song and dance. We're already reviewing it. And then in the final 2 minutes, the most important minutes, we're going to send it to Walt Anderson, him and his team.
You can count on us. You can count on us to make the right decision. Yeah.
We got you. Don't worry about it. So the Colts are like, that's what Walt said. That's what Walt and his entire crew said. We got you.
Good screenshot.
This is journalism. This is
not a
the
screenshot.
NFL released this.
It's the only one that came up on Google.
They released this. The NFL released this, so that's not on us.
It's a headshot, not a screenshot.
Yeah, and thank you to Walt for his service to the NFL. I think the first 40 years he was a ref, he was probably great. The last 25 years he was a ref, he was not. Sure. And then, moving into that role, this guy refed in the NFL for 60.
Paid his dues, huh?
Yeah, he certainly did. So we appreciate his service in there. But I do like that Shane Steichen and the Colts are like, this is not happening. No. Like this needs to change. The Lions, I believe, are proposing, why do I lose a challenge at all if I get it right? So the rule now is if you hit both of your challenges and get them right, you will get a third challenge. Pro Football Talk Mike Florio is reporting that the Lions would like that third one to be available if you just get one right.
Agreed.
And I think we have always been on the side of those challenge flags, you got them until you're wrong.
Yeah.
That is what it should be viewed
Make
as.
it, take it. That's what I think of.
Bingo.
I get it right. Boom. Give me that thing back, just like I'm playing Make It, Take It.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And the ref should actually hold it. You should get 2 flags. And when you challenge it, the ref should hold it. And if they're wrong, even do a song and dance.
Yeah.
This one's ours now.
This is genius.
Okay?
Yeah.
Put it in the pocket. Or even get a trash can rolled out.
Yep.
Yeah. Boom. They only have one challenge flag left. And you have that until you're wrong. Because if you're right, that should not. We just bettered the game for everybody.
Right.
We were right, so you shouldn't be punished. I like that coming from the Detroit Football Lions, Foxy.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Is MCDC a good challenger? I don't think I recall.
I think if you ask the fan base, he's actually not a good challenger. He
Well, that's
loses
because he
a lot
never
of
gets a third one.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's why they want the third one, so I see why they're doing it.
In your scenario,
I go 50% every game, and so now I'm a bad guy.
People hate me.
I'm bad. There's 10 other calls I'd like to challenge, but I can't. So
Yep.
in your scenario, there should also be a different color for the first flag as the second flag, so you know that this is your last flag. Okay. And
like a yellow-red card type
situation. Yeah, and if you get this wrong and you don't get it back, you're out.
What's up, AJ?
I mean, it's a great idea, but have you watched these coaches fumble around their different parts of their body that they have the flags tucked into?
Yeah,
you want to give them multiple flags to try to keep a track of?
We don't care. That's not on us. Figure it out. You're a professional
Have a
football
flag guy.
Yeah,
there's only 32 jobs.
Hire a flag guy. Pay a guy $140,000 to be your flag guy. And he
Oh,
just
your
throws the
get back
challenge
guy's
flag.
flag guy.
Now we're creating jobs.
Look at us.
There we go.
Well, I
You
just
said you weren't going to talk politics, I thought.
I just added. Do you have any information?
On
conversation you had 10 years ago?
Potential vice presidential runs?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Did he say anything about that in the statement that he put out?
He didn't say that he wasn't.
He didn't say a single thing, AJ. You saw it. We saw it.
Yeah, come on.
He said nothing about the VP. Uh-oh, so it's still in play?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Come on.
You're an asshole.
What are you hiding?
March 26th. That's when he said he's announcing, right?
Yeah.
RFK Jr. or Aaron?
RFK Jr. said March 26th, I believe, will be the time he does it.
Until then, every name we put out into the sphere will be treated as a politician who wants to run people's lives. So kill him.
Mm-hmm.
That is that what's happening until March 26th?
Oh, man, I don't know. It's a weird world over there, isn't it? I'm not sure.
AJ, you're the
Keep
best.
me out of it. Keep me out.
Yeah, that's kind of what we said too. Hey, we are not that world. Hey, we appreciate you guys signing up for that though.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.
All you smart people. Hey, also figure it out. A lot of questions, but I like the challenge flag. And if you're not good enough to be able to handle 2 flags that could benefit your team in a great way, you should not be a head coach in the NFL.
Bingo.
I appreciate. I think Chuck told us he forgot the flag one game.
Yep.
Chuck said he always had the flag in one particular spot, and for some reason got caught up in another conversation. He goes out on the field, game starts, goes to where it would be like as a phone, wallet, keys type situation, and oh no, we don't have a. So you had to call somebody over, lift up the headset, obviously, so nobody hears this. Need you to go to my locker and grab that challenge flag. Yep, you'll see it. It's red. It's right where it always is. Now, he got it back before the game kicked off, but you could see how those types of situations could happen, like humans happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, had it, actually set it down, you did that. But if it's an added benefit where you get it back, if you're right, I think that'll heighten how people use it, how people see it, because I think you'll get a little bit better odds of winning if you're willing to throw it a little bit more.
But do you also think it's possible that the NFL would not want this to pass because, let's say, 1 week some coach gets like 8 challenges right, and then it's just basically saying like, these refs suck. These guys are awful. That's 8 calls that they have.
Well, are we trying
wrong.
to be great or not?
Absolutely.
It slows the game down, too, though. That's what they don't want.
Well, we've already answered that. They've
gotten better. They've gotten much better at the quick ones that happen. Yeah.
There's been a couple that have taken a little bit too long, and the commentators actually say we have been
What are we doing
here
here?
forever.
Yeah.
And I think they have expedited it because they You know, this is like when the NCAA was using the word amateurism.
Mm-hmm.
They created this word.
To validate.
They created it. Hey, why can't we pay him by amateurism? Okay? Amateurism. It's like, well, you made that word up. That's not a real thing. No, but it's a rule.
It's real.
It's a rule, though. It's like, okay, well, that's bullshit. That's not how it is. The NFL would say, these challenges are slowing down our game. They're slowing down. We want to get rid of them. We want to get rid of them. It's like, it's your people that are doing the reviews.
Yes.
Tell them to hurry the up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, tell them, everybody that's watching at home has it figured out before them. Yeah. The commentators, Gene Sterators in there, has it figured out in 4 seconds.
Yep.
Literally 4 seconds. They show him a clip, and it's, after seeing that one, okay, yeah, this is definitely not a catch. Ball dragged against the ground. He tried, but not the case. Now we got to wait a whole commercial break. Now we got to do an entire song and dance. We'll come back, they'll even be in that stupid thing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And then they come out and say, after review, it is not a catch. Because it's like, yeah, we know. Gene just told us 20 minutes ago.
A while ago.
So I do think they have tried to speed that up, but that's a whole nother part of it. Like, that process needs to be expedited. That process needs to be done by people who are used to looking at, I don't want to say modern technology, but modern technology, people that are used to using their own controls to like rewind and like bounce around. Like, that's a job, I think, that should be taken very seriously. Because if the XFL shows us anything from that last round, not the first one,
Before COVID.
the last one before COVID, before the Seattle nacho sales.
Dragon, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, nacho, the concession stand worker had COVID in Seattle Sea Dragon.
That was tough.
And every chip you ate was potential life or death.
Exactly.
So that thing ended. But the way they reviewed it, they had a younger gentleman with an Xbox controller.
Yep.
With access to every replay basically right in front of him on a touchscreen. And he just touched it and then play, speed up, slow down, because he was able to use the joystick, and then he zoomed in on something and he was like, boom, what I'm seeing here is this is a fumble. He was communicating directly to the ref, who didn't go over to a thing. The ref was staying in the middle of the field. And then that person told him, and it was like a 15-second thing where the fans actually saw and heard everything that took place, saw the process, and it was over. And it was like the ref made the right call. It was 15 seconds. We move on. The game is continuing. And it's like, why don't you do that? I think they're slowly getting to that. I think it's slowly getting that, because the ref that's up in the seat, you know, is now seemingly much more prevalent. After further discussion is seemingly happening a little bit more, which is definitely somebody else who has access. We're going to pick up the flag. So I think they are trying to figure it out, and I'm happy that the Lions are kind of pressing them a little bit, and also the Colts are pressing them. It's like, hey, if we're going to try to fix this, let's make this thing good.
Yeah, and you mentioned him, like, Gene needs a more prominent role in the league as a whole. Yeah. Like, if it, obviously, you know, he has his job with CBS, and it's a great thing, but, like, the NFL needs him back in it to help this entire situation.
You better pay him.
Gene?
Yeah, Gene's territory, yeah.
Why would Gene do that? Gene has a great gig. Why would he do that?
Well, they would just have to pay him.
Yeah.
I think they would have to pay
They
him
won't.
a competitive price, which they have seemingly not done in the past, but maybe they will now, because it seems like it's more of a focal point than it's ever been, because there's a lot of money on this entire thing. But also, Gene loves the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gene. So why would Gene do that? I think if Gene started seeing, and this has not been a conversation I've had with Paisan, I'm just saying from my perspective of talking and knowing Gene, if he saw it declining heavily in the officiating situation, which I think a lot of us are like, this can be a lot better, maybe that would be something that would get him back in there. He's a Yinzer, obviously loves ball, knows ball, and if he got back in there, I think he would be able to fix things, because that's how we all feel. But the TV money has always been so much bigger than the NFL money. There's a trade that has happened in the NFL. Rondale Moore, formerly of the Cardinals, has been traded to the Atlanta Falcons for Desmond Ridder. Tom Pelissero is on the case. Rondale Moore is explosive, electrifying out of Purdue. Boy, they're up. He has one of the worst interviews in the history of our program.
Maybe the worst.
Probably the worst,
Yeah.
if I had to guess. But that does not mean he has a bad personality. He just didn't talk. That was the thing. Talk show.
Yep.
And we gotta brief that with people sometimes.
For sure.
Not normally, though. Not normally, but sometimes we have to kind of brief him. And I think he's just a quiet, low-key dude. Like, I think that's just who he is.
James Cook.
I think, yeah, exactly. I think he came on the show because we're in Indiana.
Yep.
He's from Purdue. He knows of us. Probably has family and friends that are fans of the show, know the show. I'll come on the show. But I don't think he's like a super big talker.
No.
So, like, we learned that quickly in the conversation. Like, this guy's not really comfortable talking to us right now for whatever reason. So we ended it, I think, in...
yeah, like maybe like a minute, 15 seconds.
It was good, though. It was a good minute 15.
Yeah,
we were a big
cool.
fan of him as a player. But he got on that Cardinals team with Cliff Kingsbury. and they started utilizing him in like a Tyreek Hill role. He was getting the rock. He was explosive. He was fast. He was making plays. Little undersized. Who cares? Don't need it. And then for whatever reason, hadn't seen as much. Now he's heading over to the Falcons, and Kirk Cousins just added another weapon into his arsenal. And Desmond Ridder is going to back up Kyler Murray with the Arizona Cardinals after they lose the Pastronaut to the Minnesota Vikings last year and cut Colt McCoy. Fascinating development. I don't know why this is the case. With the Cardinals starting new, so are the Falcons. What are your thoughts?
I mean, it felt like Rondale Moore is coming off his best year.
Yeah, like he's a guy.
Yeah, he played very well last year with, Dobbs at times and then Kyler Murray too. So that's what doesn't really make sense is because he's a first rounder and they're not going to give him the 5th-year option at the end.
Maybe business could have got involved with that.
Yeah.
The Desmond Ridder in return thing is fascinating because I don't want to say we all came to the conclusion, but I think a lot of people were like, Desmond Ridder might not be an NFL quarterback right now. Maybe in a couple years, learn more, develop more, and everything like that. But who knows what we know because systems are systems. But it's like feels like Falcons won here.
Yeah,
we don't know what else is coming.
Well, because you could get a potential, like with a backup quarterback, yeah, he could play, but Rondale Moore will play. He'll make some plays, whatever. But the writing was kind of on the wall, and I looked up the quote. Raheem Morris said in his introductory press conference said, if we had better quarterback play, I might not be standing here. Like when you say that about a guy and he's still on the roster,
he get me out of here.
It's tough to keep him around.
Yeah, I can see it. They probably been looking, I guess, AJ. That's what Tone just brought up there.
Yeah. But if you think about it, you trade a guy that's going to be a backup quarterback, and the Falcons get a starting slot receiver that can make a bunch of plays. I think it's a great play for Atlanta.
Yeah, I love it.
No question.
Yeah, I love it for Atlanta. There has to be more to this.
Well, that's because on the flip side, wasn't Rondale Moore was the shots, explosives. Like that's who Jonathan Gannon was talking about. Like why he's so excited to. I'm really excited to unleash you in this offense, and then now you finally get Kyler Murray healthy, and it's like, okay, see ya. We'll send you to Atlanta.
My source says in the know at the time tell me that Gannon's friends and family cooked him for that video.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That makes him even cooler almost.
That's what my source says have told me. Okay. And then there was another one about the belly.
Yep.
Like the fire in the belly.
Fire, yeah.
Also, like family and friends. Like
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's I felt much better.
Good relationship with his family, I feel like. That makes him, cool. He's got a tight family.
And his friends talking shit on like what's going on. You know what I mean? As opposed to
So what, you didn't like
He's
it?
like, come on, guys, I don't see you coaching an NFL team. Come on, now it's worth $5 billion.
No, I bet see the way I took it was he was like, I know.
Yeah.
Like that's how like I feel like it made me think that he's like
self-aware.
Yeah, obviously not the best context clip that I want out.
I didn't think they were filming it, okay?
And when you clip things,
he's excited. He's excited. He's pumped up. I took that from it.
But when you do take things out of context from the conversation that's happening beforehand to there, like that can certainly private, especially private conversation.
Sure.
Not getting into it.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, you never know.
All of a sudden you're a VP.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, all right. And then people are going to find out. But like that is something too. Like whenever we see these clips potentially out of context, we could probably judge somebody a little bit more. And that person could potentially understand that is what is happening as well and be, shit talked to about and also humble on the other side. Everybody that we talked to said Gannon's. And if you look at what happened with the Eagles, they tried to replace him with two different, defensive coordinators and like everything that took place. It's like maybe Gannon is a guy. Is Arizona ever going to be a place, though, from everything that we've heard, that's going to be able to go? We shall see.
Well, that's what everyone we talked to last year, it was like, Arizona going into the year, especially after all that stuff, it was like, oh, God, this is going to be
they were supposed to be
just a full dumpster. Like, keep an eye on these guys. They're real. And then everyone we talked to was like, hey, when you watch the tape, like, these guys play so hard and physical. So, like, obviously his message was landing. It's just, are they talented enough to kind of – and they're in a tough division, too, which doesn't help.
We would like to hear the behind the scenes of why this particular trade happened. I'm sure we'll get a little bit more of it as draft season continues here. Free agency still happening. And obviously we're one day into the new league year. A lot of things taking place. Mason Rudolph, we talk about that backup quarterback thing. He's in Tennessee now from Pittsburgh.
There you go.
Congrats.
Congrats.
Hey, Mace.
Congrats to Mason Rudolph getting a new place. place. New face, obviously, down in Nashville to, we assume, back up Will Levis, but hey, you never know.
Yeah.
You never know
You
in that
do
entire
not
thing.
know.
But as soon as Mason Rudolph signed over there, Calvin Ridley ended up with the Tennessee Titans for $92 million deal, negotiated by Mulugeta that saw $50 million guaranteed for a wide receiver at the age of 29. Congrats to Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
AJ, how do you feel about it for Calvin Ridley? We did not even hear that the Titans were anywhere near conversations or chatter for Calvin Ridley. We did know that a lot of fan bases wanted a new weapon on their squad, and Calvin Ridley was the belle of the ball. What are your thoughts on him going to Tennessee?
Well, it's fun watching the highlights, watching him get behind so many defenses.
Against
But
Tennessee.
why did this kind of play out like it did? I know he said something, chess, not checkers, all of that. How did they keep this all under wraps? And also, like, the timing was a bit weird too. Why wasn't it early?
I'm not 100% sure. This is a Mulugeta operation, though. That's,
Yeah, I mean, their whole plan worked. This is unbelievable deal. Awesome. Good for you. I would love to know all the behind the scenes and how it all played out.
Yeah, me too. And I would also like to hear what other teams were actually interested, as opposed to the teams that are just being talked about as being interested. And then Tennessee maybe just being able to slide in and not really make any waves. That's a big weapon to add to the Titans, though, alongside D-Hop. If Will Levis is a guy.
Yeah, exactly.
And if Callahan's offense is able to translate, we know Mason Rudolph can get the ball to people. It's like Tennessee Titans have a plan, seemingly. Titans are moving into a new chapter. They know that. They're getting a new stadium upgrade, I think.
Yep.
So good for Nashville, good for Tennessee making plays.
Huge.
Brandon, the biggest party deck, I believe, or outdoor deck in the world.
Rooftop bar.
Rooftop bar.
Yeah, biggest rooftop bar. I think Nashville, big rooftop bar place.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
That's like
the biggest.
Kind of what everybody
best.
does. And they got the largest in the world.
Yeah.
What's that, AJ?
Doesn't Blake Shelton have a rooftop bar somewhere?
Yeah.
I think everybody does.
Yeah, I think it's like you have to have.
Luke Combs is open one this summer.
Oh, we should ask him about that yesterday. Good journalism. He's actually out on a golf course right now. We the best.
Yep.
Yes, you are.
Yes, he is.
He was great on the show, dude.
It really was.
What a good guy. Seems like a good, down-to-earth dude.
FaceTimed him yesterday. He had two big-ass trash bags over his shoulder. And he was walking them out. Dude, I'm walking him out to the trash dump, whatever. Fixed his hat a couple times with his hand with the phone.
Yep.
Just walking. I'm like, this dude.
Yeah.
I love what you're doing
Normal
right
guy.
now. This dude's selling out stadiums.
Yep.
Yeah, Panthers fans also echoed his sentiments. It wasn't as if he went on there and people were disagreeing with him.
Oh, they agree.
Panthers Nation was hammering what he was saying.
I would assume Tepper at some point said he can't wait to bring concerts and entertainment to Charlotte, because I saw a lot of people say, David Tepper loves concerts. He has to be listening to Luke Combs then, doesn't he? Is basically a lot of messages. Then I heard some Panthers fans say, I don't want Luke Combs gloom and dooming all over our team. What does he know? There's a couple of those.
Yeah.
There's always going to be the loyalists behind the team.
Sure. Yep.
Always going to be the loyalists behind the team, and we need them in the NFL. But Luke Combs seems like he's just a football guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Seems like he's just a football
But
guy.
he said he will die a Panthers fan.
There you
Nothing
go.
could change that. He would never not be a Panthers fan, so he's the ultimate.
He couldn't wait to talk about that Falcons photo, too. Whenever it got brought up, funny story.
Funny you popped this up, Pat.
Yeah, it's actually because I am a Panthers fan, and I bet a Falcons fan on a game, and guess what we did? We lost again. So I was forced to do this. Like, he was like excited to be like, yeah, this actually happened because I'm a massive fan. Good for you. Hey, we need more Luke Combs.
Yeah, we do.
We need more money for his songwriters, too.
Absolutely.
Bobby Wagner has signed a one-year deal with the Commanders. $8.5 million deal. Dan Quinn, now the head coach of the Washington Commanders, and I know Tony Pollard is recently finding that out, but Legion of Boom, Seattle, Bobby Wagner was there. This guy has played a long time in the NFL. He's been with Seattle. He was with the Rams where he negotiated his own deal, goes back to Seattle. Now he's out in Washington. A leader, a winner, a guy I assume that Dan Quinn wants in that linebacker room and in that locker room, AJ.
I mean, Bobby's just what a pro. Like, when you think of an absolute stud, pro leader, like everything, he checks every single box, I feel like. So, yeah, it makes sense. Dan Quinn would want him in there commanding the defense, and he can still play. It's not like he's not a good player anymore. He's still very, very good.
Yeah, hell of a ball player.
Tackling machine.
Productive. He's top 5 in tackles.
Always.
Yeah.
And I think his teammates enjoy him.
Yes.
If you didn't know his age, that's why I always get annoyed. Like, if you didn't know Bobby Wagner's been playing for 12 years, however long it's been, you would just like, this guy's awesome. Like, who is he? But it's always like, oh, he's still pretty good for his age. I'm like, no, he's great.
What's that quote? If you didn't know your age, how old would you be? Is that what it was?
How old would you think you would be?
Wow, who was it? Somebody. It was in somebody's bathroom. I was taking a leak and I saw the sign. And I thought to myself, that's a good question, huh? If I didn't know my age, what else?
What was the answer? Did you figure it out?
Well, I said, what else don't I know? You know,
Yeah.
like, if I just don't know how old I am, like, what else?
Your brain always feels like 17, 18 years old. I
believe-
ask adults that all the time. I was like, how old do you feel? And like, oh, my body. I'm like, no, mentally, how old do you feel?
What's your answer? 17, 18, you said?
Always, yeah. Like, I feel like I'm, a 20-year-old for life, probably.
Grow up.
I believe it's a quote
Peter
from
Pan.
Satchel Paige. And he
There it
said,
is.
"How old would you be if you didn't know how old you are?"
Nailed it.
Probably don't
Satchel
know.
Paige
Probably don't know
would
where
know.
you're from.
You get that in, like, what's the other one that's at those toilets? Don't pee on,
Live, love, laugh.
that is one for
Get
sure.
naked. Just kidding. This is a half bath. Don't make it weird.
Okay, I've seen that one.
Like that
That is a
one.
good one. That is a really good one.
Don't bop in here.
Yeah, no pooping in here like Josh McDaniels, his house when Jim Irsay did.
Oh.
That's in his bathroom now.
Allegedly, Jim Irsay took a 45-minute dump, and Josh McDaniels' wife was alarmed.
Not
Yeah.
as alleged, but
It's her fault. It was her pot roast that he was dumping out.
Yeah, he was trying to be a kind soul.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is anybody else going to eat this pot roast?
I heard
We cannot
Master
let,
bath.
we cannot let this lady's pot roast go unattended to and make it look like we don't like her cooking and we think she's a bad person. And then you had Chris Bauer. I'm not eating it. I don't eat it. I'm right there. I can't eat it. Well, I guess I would. Jim Irsay cuts half that thing.
Yep.
8 pounds
Puts
of
it
pot
down.
roast.
She brings out a 2-gallon of milk jug, and she's like, "Who's gonna drink my milk? You know, I got it from the cows in the back or whatever." And Jim's like, "Is anybody gonna drink? I don't want to disrespect this lady."
shit.
Drinks the entire milk.
Yeah.
Brings out Velveeta.
Yep.
Oh,
Just a block of Velveeta.
It's just like, anybody gonna eat this lady's Velveeta? I don't want to disrespect her. Eats the Velveeta.
Yep.
I heard
And he's
Jim.
like, I'm getting a little tired because I've eaten so much. Can I get some coffee? She's like, I make the best coffee. He's like,
here we
sweet,
go.
give me a full pot of that.
Yep.
I mean, they made an Oppenheimer inside of his
Gonna say,
gut
what is he
because he
gonna
was trying
do?
to show her respect.
And I heard Jim was using non-RFI approved flush
RFA.
Come on.
You son of a bitch.
wipes, approved wipes. Wet
RFA,
wipes.
And he does have
which stands for
Responsible Flushing Alliance.
You'll learn about it. Don't worry.
I'm sure. Yes, it is.
yeah. I'm a lifetime member of the RFA. Hey, that's that song, I think. No, they say FFA.
Did he replace the toilet paper when he ran out?
He brought his own toilet paper.
Yeah,
Jim
he
was-
had
Yeah.
wet
He-
wipes in his.
That was actually part of the problem. This guy didn't use any toilet paper.
Yeah. Didn't wipe his ass after that. You smell it in there? What the hell's going on?
Gross.
Oh, what if it was the master bathroom? She's like, well, he could have used the hall bath or go in the basement. Maybe why do you have to use ours?
Is this your guys' bathroom? That's what I'm going to use. All right.
Yeah, he's the owner. What do you mean? I'm not dumping in the hallway bathroom.
Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, as we might be the greatest kill time show in the history.
Yeah.
Up there.
By far.
Think about the story we just told.
Yep.
A true story.
Well,
Tale of all tales.
Embellished.
there's some
a tiny
bones.
bit.
There's some bones to that story.
Yeah, he didn't
Based
eat
on
a
true-
block
based
of
on true
Velveeta
events.
cheese.
Yeah, based off of true events from what we've heard from people in the know at the time. All right, we make a mockery out of anything. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is an absolute stallion.
Yeah.
I've got a chance to see this man outside of the race car,
Okay.
and he might be more electrifying as just a human walking around Earth than he is in the car. And in the car, he's going to go down as a GOAT. 63 wins. 63 times he's gone to victory lane whenever he's gotten into a car and raced against them in the series. Ladies and gentlemen, friend of the program, Wheelman, Rowdy Kyle Busch. How are you,
What's
man?
up, guys? Hey, how's it going? Good to see you, Pat.
Hey, Kyle, great to see you. I hear everything's still going great for you. Great to see you, Kyle. Proud of you, buddy.
Yeah, well, I'm still around. I'm still doing it. I'm still digging every Sunday, man, out there trying to give it a go. So, got to keep up for this older guys. I'm the oldest one out there almost.
Okay, so you're the old man. Are you still driving the same way? Because I don't want to be the describer because I'm not necessarily expert in this particular field, but I think people would say you were an aggressive driver. You weren't scared to mix it up a little bit. You were a guy who, hey, I'm going to win this, whether you're in front of me, behind me, or underneath me, right? Isn't that kind of a way that you used to race? Do you still do that? Is it still the same old Kyle Busch?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You got to go out there and you got to try to get these wins. And, we had a race earlier this year at the Clash, which was out in L.A., the tiny little USC stadium. We were racing in there. And we were running good all day long. We were running up top 2, top 3, top 4. And then there towards the end of the race, we had an opportunity to get a little bit dirty, but it was against a fellow old teammate of mine, Denny Hamlin. So I banged him a little bit, just a couple times to try to get him up the track in order to get alongside of him, but not to wreck him. And I ended up getting myself loose and fell back. So he took the win. We finished second, but we
live by the sword, die by the sword there, Kyle.
Yeah.
I like that you're still doing it. I love that you're still doing it. Go ahead, AJ.
Kyle, are you maybe like 10 years from now, you ever think of joining F1 and going and dominating out there in whatever kind of races they have going on?
Great question.
I would, you know what? Yes, I would love to. I would love to give F1 a shot or even IndyCar a shot, run the Indy 500. But the F1 thing, it's really, really tough. So there's a lot of politics per se that has to go into that in order to get over there. But then also you have to have at least a 2-year runway of working through the license application program to prove that you're worthy enough to drive a Formula One car.
There's the problem.
Those guys can come over here and jump into a NASCAR tomorrow, but not the same going the other way.
Okay, so we hate F1. You do too?
I love F1. I love those guys. I love watching it. I'm a fan of all forms of motorsports, but it's not for
Why
me
does the
for
same
long.
guy win every week?
Yeah, why is this? 19 of the last 20 races is Van der Stappen.
Yep.
And like,
nailed it.
if he was to,
It sounds like a watch.
he probably has one.
Yeah,
That's
so
what,
he
the
does.
F1 is a big watch community. It sounds like from what I've been watching along. So the Van der Stappen watch and the Van der Stappen dominance has just become like just so boring to watch. He'll win the pole. And then the races are like time trials, Sammy. They're stacked right behind each other. We watch you guys. We're 4 wide.
Yeah.
We're 4 wide sometimes. You said I'm bumping Denny Ham, not to spin him out, just a little, hey, They're not doing any of that. So, like, I think we're just like ignorant Americans because when we get on go-karts, we're trying to cut off our friends
every time
whenever we're racing there. And that style of racing is not at all. Would you be good at their racing? Would you be able to do that with your driving style? Or is there levels to this and different styles of driving?
Yeah, I mean, the bumping and the banging, you definitely don't want to do that. Those cars are too fragile, so you're not going to do that. So let me give you an example. So our racing, NASCAR racing, to me, is like 2 bros or 4 bros or whatever, but, beer cans in their hands, smashing it up, going, woo,
Stone cold, yeah.
partying, having a good time. We're gonna rough some fenders, When you go and do an F1 race, little dainty, tiny, like champagne glasses going dink and making sure that you keep your fingers up or the pinky up when you take a sip, and we're all about getting sloshed. So
okay, all right. That's what we thought.
Yep,
that's exactly what we thought, which is why we feel the way we feel. You just talked about IndyCar. I believe somebody's doing it this year where they do the Indy 500 and Daytona 500 same day. I think your brother has done it in the past.
Yeah.
Right?
So it's the Indy 500 and the Coca-Cola 600 in Charlotte on the same day. They're both in May. And my brother did do it. He ran, I think, 7th into Indy 500, and then he was running 4th or 5th when his engine expired during the Coke 600. So he wasn't able to finish that one. But he had a respectable showing in the Indy 500, never driving an Indy car before, so he did a really good job of that.
Must be easy.
This year it's going to be Tiny Kyle. So Kyle Larson is going to do it, and he kind of actually snuck in maybe a little bit on getting that ride from me. That's who I was talking to about doing the deal, but he got there quicker.
Wow, that's a race. He raced. Getting there.
A race within a race, right?
Yeah, it's kind of your guys' world. Well, I would assume that an Indy 500 invitation is waiting for you anytime you openly want it. Hey, how about this? We will personally make sure, as somebody who has paid for a car to be in the Indy 500 before, that next year you're in the Indy 500, Kyle. Congratulations.
There you go.
Congrats.
I appreciate that.
You're going to have to do all the
I look
legwork.
forward to it. It would be a lot of fun.
You're going to have to do all the legwork. You're going to have to figure out the car. You're going to have to figure. I just need to know the number of dollars that I have to pay to do that. And then.
Yeah. Are you still in Indy?
Yeah, buddy.
Okay, right on. All right. You're a local boy, so you're going to be out there.
Yeah, I'll definitely be there. And we'll stop by that Steak and Shake after you chug that milk. You know what I mean? We'll have a little. Yeah, we will. KY's a good time. KY celebrates great. He has a lot to celebrate. Is there, you have respect for IndyCar drivers as well? Like, is there, like NASCAR? It felt like NASCAR had the big boom, right? marketing, everything. NASCAR became the pinnacle of American racing. IndyCar maybe had it for a little bit beforehand. Andretti and them, I think they had big pops and everything. And then there was a little bit of where marketing dollars are going and everything like that. At this stage here in 2024, it feels like I could see any race I want. You guys got Fox. IndyCar's got NBC, Peacocks. We're watching time trials for F1. We got F1 on ESPN2.
Yep.
Feels like everything is able to be seen. If you're a driver, you want a job at any of them, you have the capability of driving in any of them. How does it kind of go whenever it talks about the different forms of cars that you're racing, seemingly?
Yeah, they all kind of have their own, each discipline, their own background, and the drivers that are really good in some of those, they all come from different places. But majorly, the IndyCar guys come from a road racing or go-kart style of background, or even sometimes the dirt ranks, which is interesting because some of the guys that are in NASCAR now come from the dirt ranks as well. Tony Stewart kind of led the way. Jeff Gordon led the way on that. Tony Stewart. Larson now comes from that. He's super, super good, really talented. But a lot of the guys that are over now on the IndyCar side are coming more so from road course racing and road course karts, go-karts, things like that. So I came from, local short tracks across America running late models and Legends cars and things like that, where just different forms of motorsports at the local level when you're younger, how you're training yourself, how you're getting yourself ready to go to these different levels. But there's been some crossover with sometimes the IndyCar guys, Tony Stewart most notably. He won a championship in IndyCar. He moved over to NASCAR. He became a NASCAR champion. So he was probably one of the best at being able to go and cross over to NASCAR. There's been some others that have tried it and have not been successful at it. And then Jimmy Johnson, being a NASCAR 7-time champion, went over to IndyCar and did the crossover that way and tried it and never really came out with much on that either, So I think he had a couple top 5 runs, but other than that, no wins, in a schedule that he ran.
Are you guys still fighting over there?
Who's fighting?
Not you anymore. You're too damn old. That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
They're saying Kyle Busch got soft. Won't throw
I'll fight with anybody. I just got to get further up front.
No, is there still a little bit of dramatics in pit lane or anything in NASCAR still, or is the younger generation not about that?
Oh, no. The younger generation is all about crashing before winning. So, they tend to just throw it in the corner alongside you and just wipe you out more times than not. So,
nice.
Last week there was a couple crashes. A couple guys were pissed off at each other, but I think the last guy to throw a punch was me. So, that hasn't really happened lately. But
yeah, you're hockey. You're old school hockey.
Yeah, you get settled a lot quicker.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, those helmet. At least be a gentleman and take the helmet off.
Yep.
You know what I mean? At least let me punch you in the face. But in football, sometimes you just
if I got my helmet on, I can't hear you. If you want to mouth off to me, I'm not going to hear you anyways.
So you got to do this entire thing.
Boom.
Excuse me.
What was that?
What was that?
Hold on a second.
Excuse me?
Let me.
What'd you say?
Get him to take his helmet off.
Yeah, and
Have him take his helmet. You keep yours on.
Yeah, I want to say something. You take your. I would like to. You can't hear
Bam.
me.
Then you get him.
You do your talking with your fists.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to say anything with my mouth. I fooled you that entire thing. Ty's got a question for you, KY.
Yeah, KY, I read something recently about Joey Logano being a cheating son of a bitch, and I was just curious. Could you maybe explain that situation to like the NASCAR layman? And also, I know.
Did I say that?
No, I don't think you said it, or at least they didn't quote that you said it. That was kind of my words. But also, I know you guys have like extensive checks of the cars and everything. So is like that how guys are trying to kind of game the situation and gain an advantage because everything is so regulated?
I mean, everything is really, really regulated. These new cars that NASCAR came out with just a couple years ago, we all buy the same parts. They're basically Legos. Like we all buy the same parts from the same suppliers. We all assemble them. We put them together. Some guys assemble them a little bit differently and they get more success out of their cars. So you try to figure that out. We're all parked right next to each other in the garage area. When they take their tires off their car, you're looking in there trying to see exactly what they're doing, So there's no secrets, not for long anyways, in our sport. So I don't know how anybody could really be cheating. But the old term that was used years ago was, there's two of them. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Bingo.
And then the other one was that they're winning, so they must be cheating.
So that was happening in football too for like 24 years.
Yeah.
I think that happens everywhere. If you're at the top of the mountain, people got to assume.
You're talking about the blue and red? You're not talking about the blue and red.
What are you talking about? America?
Northeastern team?
Oh, yeah, Northeastern. So yeah.
Hell
24
yeah.
years. 24 years. I don't know how you win that long. Nobody knows how you win. They were just smarter than everybody. Good for them. And exactly what you said applies, I think, in every professional sport.
12, man. Ever since he left, they were not the same.
Whoa, Kyle,
you son of a bitch.
Whoa. Hey, we know that if somebody's cheating, though, and you find out about it and you don't like it, this is exactly what you'll do. We just ran this video shot to jeffgluck.com.
There you go. I knew it was coming.
Look at this dude casually walking through pit lane. How you doing? And I'm punching you in the face. Kyle, you're a dog. What did this guy do?
No, there was no talking in that moment. So that was on the last lap of the race. He wiped me out and spun me out for third place. And so I was like, you know what? I'm done with this punk. And here we go. So, and then his crew tackled me. Like, he's not even there. His crew tackled me and got me to the ground. But yeah, that was a fun day.
Hey, there isn't a lot of times in life where somebody in 2024 will walk a quarter mile right up to somebody's face and just punch them right in the face. We respect the hell out of that.
Yep.
I appreciate the hell out of that. We have a hard out here on ESPN as we continue on ESPN Plus and YouTube with the great Kyle Busch. We appreciate you for joining us. Feel Good Fridays coming hot and heavy tomorrow.
Yeah.
Should be a great show. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice.
Good.
See you tomorrow. I like that, Kyle. Thanks for helping me there. We had a hard out there about 2 seconds ago on ESPN or ESPN2 or maybe ESPN News, whatever it is. Now we're live on YouTube and ESPN Plus. So if you let a fuck fly, it's okay, Cal. Just want to let you know that.
Language is clear. All right, good.
Bingo. Whenever we watch this Sunday, your next race, right? I assume.
That's right. Yep.
Where are
Every
we at?
Sunday.
Where are we?
This weekend we go to Bristol, Tennessee, one of my favorites. So love Bristol. Bristol concrete. We're back on the concrete in the springtime. Last few years we've been on the dirt up there, and I won one of them, but it wasn't the most fun, I'd say. I'm not a dirt racer. I've become more of a dirt racer since my son's gotten into it, and he's the dirt racer of the family. So back on concrete at Bristol. So
yeah, you guys were taking your NASCARs on the dirt, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I thought that looked stupid. Because
those cars, they're not made for that. So it was stupid. That's what we all kind of said. That's why we're not there anymore.
Okay, because I've been to sprint races out here and other dirt track racing thing, and it like the way the cars are built are to use the dirt. Like, hey, we're using the dirt, and then you guys.
Thank you very much.
No, and I'm just I'm a layman here. I moved to Indianapolis, so I got baptized with. Have you seen this type of car race? Yeah. It's like, no. Well, you want to go see 14,000 horsepower and a drag strip right over here in Brownsburg? It's like, yeah, I do want to see that. And it's like, holy shit, who built that engine? Some hick from down South Indiana. He built this entire thing. And then the carts, some of the sprint cars that are racing are being built by dudes that have full-time jobs as whatever, literally in their barns at night. And in between races, they're tweaking them, and the families around, and it's a really cool community to watch that. So I remember turning on the NASCAR race going, well, that's dumb. I'm not a race expert, but that is very dumb. But Bristol, Tennessee, is this middle of season? How long do we got left? Where are we in the season? Do we know?
Oh, we just started. We're literally, this will be week 4. So we're not very deep into the season.
How are we running? We got a good car? You feel good? We're in a good spot?
Well, the short track stuff's been a struggle for us. So Bristol's a short track. It's only a half mile in distance, but so is the Clash, and we finished second out there, So we finished second at the Clash. We were leading the Daytona 500 late in the going. I chose the wrong lane on a restart. We got shuffled back. I finished 12th, and then the next week was the 3-wide finish for the win, where I was in the middle between the two guys, and I was the furthest back. Lost by a couple inches, but then
6 inches.
Yeah, about that much. I've been looking for that my whole life.
Yeah, bingo. Yeah. Everybody on the call.
Haven't we all? And then last weekend was Vegas. We were in Vegas. We were leading a lot out there, and then we had a pit road issue that got us behind towards the end. And then last week was dismal. We were in Phoenix and not very good. So hopefully we can turn the tables back around our way here in Bristol.
So F1, a lot of car talk, engineer talk, how they're building it, how they're piecing it together. IndyCar, same exact thing. I think how you build your car is a big deal and a big advantage, especially if you have great engineers and you figure out a track that you're supposed to be at, from what I've been told. NASCAR, same thing, because you just said it's like Legos, everybody's building the same shit. So do you know if your car is like a fast car versus slow cars for a season, for a week, going into it? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, so yeah, exactly. Good question. The short track stuff's been a struggle for us, so we're not very good on the short tracks. But like the 1.5 miles, we've had a really good program on the 1.5 miles, and we've been fast at that. And then also the super speedways have been really good for us. So like Daytona, Talladega, Atlanta, we've been really fast at those tracks the last couple of years. So you can kind of see when you go to these places what guys will be fast at those particular racetracks. So you can have a good sense of who's going to be good. But the where was I going with that?
Where your car is. It's where your car is.
I'm getting
right
older.
Now.
This is harder to do.
No, it's where your car is right now. I think you're about to say you can get a sense of what other people have. But also,
okay, you were talking about F1. So F1 is wide open. Those guys design those cars from the ground up. They have a clean sheet of paper every year. So the engineering is by far way ahead of its time and what we do. IndyCar, those cars are kit cars as well too. You buy them from all the same supplier. You only get your engines from different people, and then you go to the racetrack and you race. So you have your engineering staff, which is much smaller than F1, but it's kind of the same as NASCAR now. Like now we're not building our own cars anymore like we used to be doing 5, 6, 10 years ago. We're buying the kit cars as well too, and we're assembling them. We have the different engine suppliers based on the manufacturer that you race for. And then you go out there and, hopefully your engineering team has figured it out and what the fastest way is at the track for that week.
It feels like there'd be more parity in that particular style. Yep. That's probably why Van der Stappen has won 19. Yep. That's why they have an engineer.
Correct. Yes.
They have the Oppenheimer.
Like last year, I think we had 16 different winners throughout the year of NASCAR. I mean, that's unheard of. 5, 6 years ago, you might have 8.
Okay. So this is good for racing.
Does NASCAR want that, though? Does NASCAR want all these different winners?
Well, yeah. I mean, they want parity. They want equality, right? They want everybody to be able to go out there, and depending on how well the driver does, the crew chief setting up the car, everything, it gives everybody a easier chance to win, although it seems like it's harder now more than ever. So you just got to be on the right side of things.
So it's like execution based almost. Like if
it is. So you can set yourself further behind with mistakes than you can set yourself forward being perfect. Exactly.
Got it. Okay. That's why pit stops are even more important.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Exactly.
Hey,
pit stops are way important. It's easier to pass people in our sport now when they're sitting still.
Smart.
Hey,
on pit road.
Hey, those pit crews, ex-college football guys.
Studs.
Like they're full on, like I don't know.
Do that. Why don't you do that?
I did one day. I was incredibly hungover, maybe even still drunk.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We had a night.
Outright.
Yeah, exactly. Bingo. You've seen it. You've lived it. Yeah. You've been. Yeah, and pretty functioning, pretty good. I think throughout my life, people would say that. But the whole. I went to which motorsport? Kendrick.
Yes.
Hendrick Motorsport. I think over there in Charlotte. They had a full campus. They had a full campus. And I went and visited the pit crew, and it was like ex-football guys. A couple of my old teammates played with guys in like NFL camps.
Damn.
They live there, full-time job. They train. It's like a full football schedule pretty much. They have practice. I saw for one practice, I ran out there, did the whole thing. I was in shorts, almost puked. It was tough. Went and lifted with the boys. It's like a full-time job.
Yeah.
Can win races in there, Kyle. Let's win some races in there.
You got to win some races. That's right.
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah, here.
Yep, boom, bang,
oh, nice.
Pow. Look at that. I look back at my shoes.
Yeah, you're not going to make it.
Oh, fuck off, Kyle. Kyle, I would like to have you know I was incredibly hammered at that moment.
Yep.
Still from the night before.
I think you and I should do a race on that. We should do a race. I'm not no pit crew guy either, so I definitely can't speak to the respect level that I have for those guys going out there and jumping in front of 60-mile-an-hour cars on pit road every week. But you and I could certainly do the standstill race. I kick your butt.
Yeah, but I've seen you throw that punch, so I do think you do have some athleticism.
Sure. Yep.
Not every race car driver has athleticism. Now, I do think it's a sport, what you guys do. I do think it is very difficult to do what you do. I think it takes a certain stamina to do what you do, a lot of talent and skill. But some, it. I've been in Indy a little bit. You put a football or a baseball in some of these drivers' hands. I mean, we're talking fucking fish out of not even water. Mm-hmm. We're talking fish.
Oh, yeah. There's some YouTube videos of that. I won't name names, but they're pretty hideous.
But also, you put us in some cars, I'm totaling that thing.
Yeah.
If we're on it's a whole thing. Your punch was a good punch. Yep. Felt like that was an athletic punch there, Kyle. So I would have respect.
I appreciate that.
And you're
learned that from my father-in-law. He was like, all these guys, they want to fight and they just go up to each other and they jaw back and forth a little bit. He goes, don't even jaw, just go. Hit him in the jaw.
Smart.
Love that. Yeah. Especially if you're not going to get arrested because it's at work.
Right.
That whole thing. That's good news. Tone's got a question for you, Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle, a couple weeks ago I watched 2 racing movies and they were both focused around the 24-hour Le Mans race. And I know NASCAR had a team last year with Jimmy Johnson. Is that anything that you would ever want to do in your career? Maybe team up with Jimmy and maybe like Jeff Gordon or Jr. or something like that and take down Le Mans?
Yeah, no, that would be fun. My expertise in that area was the Daytona 24 Hours. I ran that. It's probably 3 or 4 years now. I did it with Team Lexus. They let me be a part of the team, and there was 4 of us drivers, so me, 3 other guys, and we didn't fare so well, but I did run the same lap times as the guy that runs it full time. So it actually gave me a good sense of like, okay, I'm not bad. Like, I'm not the one holding us back here from going forward or having to win this thing. So that made me feel better about myself that I could jump into that and be good at that. So I liked it. It was fun. I would sure as hell, go run Le Mans. That'd be cool.
Yeah, we got crushed, but it wasn't my fault. So I'm fucking sleeping just fine. I'm sleeping just fine. And
that's that car thing again. Those engineers, like, we need smarter ones.
Yeah, of course. Hey, last question here, and thank you for your time today. Hey, Kyle, thank you for this time today.
Okay, well,
learn a lot about racing here. Connor's got a question for you, and this one, hey, he's putting you on a spot here, and if I know anything about KY, he's going to respond in a beautiful fashion.
Always. And, Kyle, I would like to know your personal NASCAR Mount Rushmore. Now, mine is Dale Sr., of course, Jimmy. I mean, as you mentioned, Jeff. And you were the 4th one until you opened your stupid mouth about the New England Patriots. So I'm going to, go ahead and throw Keselowski in there at 4. But who would your top 4 be if you were just looking across the history of NASCAR?
Yeah, for me, I would look at, it's tough because, Jeff, 4 championships, Jimmy 7, Dale 7. Those 2 are easy. So Dale, obviously, Jeff Gordon, obviously, Jimmy Johnson, obviously.
Yep.
Because me racing against Jimmy Johnson, I mean, going on a 5-in-a-row feat, winning 7 total in the same years that I was racing. I mean, he was beating me, and you guys said that I was great. So
yes, hell yeah,
would have been on.
Anyways, so the last 2 for me are kind of tough. I like David Pearson because he's the second most winningest driver in the NASCAR Cup Series at 105 races, but he never ran really for the championship, so he doesn't have any of those. So do you go for a guy like Darrell Waltrip, who has 84 wins and 3 championships?
Damn.
I've run the most races across all 3 series of NASCAR with Truck, Xfinity, and Cup. So I've got 230 total NASCAR wins, the most out of anybody. So,
Dick Petty.
I don't know. Do I put myself on there? Maybe
you should. Kyle Busch should put Kyle Busch on his Mount Rushmore. That should 1,000% happen. Yes. What are we even talking about?
I'm not good at that though. Like I'm not a self-promoter guy. I'm not a LeBron who's going to say I'm the king. You know what I mean? I think there's another guy that could be better or is better.
Well, I do appreciate you showed some humility there with saying, this guy's beating the shit out of me and I'm racing out here. So I got respect for his game in this entire thing. But you were willing to race the trucks, I think, the second series and the main series for numerous years because we get to a Sunday race in some of these places and he's like, Kyle has already won twice this weekend. It's like, I didn't even know there was 2 other fucking races this weekend. It's like, well, he won in the trucks and then he won in this series and then he's looking to make it a clean sweep through the entire weekend. It's like, why isn't everybody doing this? And like, a lot of people are trying. Yeah, this is not something that's just easy to do. So I think I personally would put you at the top of Mount Rushmore just strictly because you're the only NASCAR driver that I know very well. My answer used to be, Kyle, literally all the time, and I don't know if you've ever heard this as you... Your Zoom background just made you look sweet there. There is a matter of probably the last 4 years. Anytime racing got brought up, my answer was legitimately, is Kyle Busch running?
Yep.
If Kyle Busch is running, Kyle Busch is winning.
Yep.
That was my answer. On ESPN, I was asked about, I think it might have been F1 or something like that in like a brief moment. Like, big F1 race this weekend, Pat, who do you like or whatever? And I'm like, is Kyle Busch running? If Kyle Busch is running, Kyle Busch is winning. So I appreciate the fact that you're still doing it, still crushing it, and still winning. You make us look better, in a sport that nobody covers well enough, I don't think, which is NASCAR and racing.
I appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, I love my job. I wouldn't do anything else. People ask me, well, if you weren't a race car driver, what would you be doing? I said, I'd probably be picking up your garbage. So, this is a good life, and I've been doing pretty well at it. So I'm happy to be winning the races I'm winning, and I want more.
Okay, well, keep doing that. Tell the family we said hello, and you would be a fantastic garbage picker, we think, if you had to do it.
Goat.
But instead, you're racing those cars, and you're crushing it. Thank you so much. Good luck this weekend in Bristol.
All right. Appreciate it. Looking forward to it. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Ladies and gentlemen, a man who has 230 wins in the NASCAR series.
Jeez.
Kyle Busch.
Wow.
All right, let's get to a break. Damian Woody will join us on the other side, mostly so we can tell him how good he looks, but also to hear his thoughts about the Jets and the Cowboys and Patriots. Maybe he's part of the Dynasty series.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't talked to him in a while. Can't wait to do that. And also, good time to go to the bathroom.
Yep.
Good time to go to the bathroom if your bladder's acting like mine is right now. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change their life. Take 5. Hey, we're up to something big. Hey, we're up to something big, AJ. We are up to something. This is the coolest moment of the history of my existence. I think people are going to be startled. It's a joke, and I can't thank everybody enough, honestly. I'm up to something.
Today's a big time day. Let's go. Not only are we going back to Plum to do something cool, but today is the day that our heater horse has arrived for the Super Bowl. It's a pretty big deal. You know, whenever you get a chance to give back to where you're from, especially a place that helped create me and mold me, I'm very, very lucky to do it. I'm lucky to be from here, and it seems like the only smart thing to do would be give back.
Stinks here, huh?
What's up, Kennywood, dude? Kennywood is named after Kenny's Woods. A man named Kenny owned the hill in the Woody area. They turned it into an amusement park, which is a Yinzer staple. So Jeezy actually shouts out this area where we're currently.
I think life can be much simpler whenever you just take care of your people, enjoy your life, and do your thing, and that's all we're trying to do.
You know, growing old, slowly dying. How about you? How's everybody?
I'm gonna give a full lead up to how I got to where I'm at.
I think I'm very lucky to be from here. If you're a kid that has walked through these halls, you understand something that not a lot of people do. I think Plum is a much different place than everywhere else.
And there's Nick up there. Go look at Nick, how pissed off he is.
This past summer, I was driving through here because I was here for an event, and Angelo Bolino, little blonde-haired kid, was kicking on the same field that I used to kick on as a child. And he had like 2 balls in a holder. And I was watching him kick, and then he would go shag for himself, and then he would come back and kick. And the easy question is, if he had 10 balls, how much better could Angelo Bolino be? If I would have been able to have 10 balls, 15 balls, new cleats, new everything, chances to go to camps with my teammates and everything, what could have happened? So I said to myself, literally after meeting with Angelo, great season, by the way, dude. I said, if I ever get a chance, I'm going to try to take care of the potential humans and kids that were in my exact position in Plum. I'm going to give $200,000 to the Plum area soccer. I'm going to give $150,000 to the PMFA youth football. I'm going to give $100,000 to the baseball youth. I'm going to give $100,000 to the lacrosse. And then we're going to have $2 million in this fund that'll just start. And hopefully it'll only go on from there.
Sweet stuff for sports.
Just anything to make everybody's, the teams and the players' lives easier, better. Trying to streamline the entire process of taking care of the athletes at Plum High School is kind of what it's all about.
Hey, you too. Wow, dude, that was cool. All right, Narati, like the Indy.
You're going to have a lot of people that have never accomplished anything in their life tell you that what you're thinking about doing isn't possible. Just because they don't think they could accomplish it doesn't mean anything to you. Cheers, everybody. Hey, we're all Mustangs here. Let's go.
Just want to do what's right, but turned around and got dropped.
Great sportsmanship.
Into the cover, he has sportsmanship, but Mia Hill just picked up her first win ever in NXT.
Here is your winner, Mia Hill.
Listen, I'm just curious. I noticed that in every single one of those pictures you took, you're wearing the same suit. So I'm just curious, were you only at the Combine one day? Did you only work one day? I mean, you talk about how you're the hardest working guy ever. You're there one day? Like, what's going on there?
Well, I don't know, Ty. I mean, are we in Milan at the fucking fashion show? I'm there for work, asswipe, okay? So, yeah, I mean, if you want to go and play grab ass with people, oh, hey, look at my Versace suit, look at my, listen, all right, very simple. Yes, I wore the same suit and shirt combo and tie combo every single day. You ever heard of Steve Jobs, okay? Turtleneck every single day. Take one decision out of your day. It's a very beautiful, nice suit. $79.99 off the rack at Macy's. Okay, very, very dependable. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not there trying to, get all the girls to look at me and say, "Oh, geez, Mad Mel, this guy's fucking sexy." I'm there to let these NFL GMs and pro personnel, staff know, hey, this is what you got to do to win a Super Bowl. I mean, the fact that you'd even ask that question tells me how big of a dipshit you are and how much, just how clueless you are. So I won't be taking any fucking questions from you for a long time, my friend.
Jeez.
You know what? As a matter of fact, fuck this. I'm done. Okay, I've given you guys enough. This is bullshit.
Whoa.
Fuck you guys.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa.
What did I say?
What the?
Ty, way to go.
Come
Is
on.
Mad Mel still there?
I don't got to do this. They act like I don't got anything to do. I mean, I got hours and hours of film I could be looking at. These fucking assholes are treating me, like it's a stand-up comedy special. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm fucking sick of it. Okay? I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. Fuck them.
Whoa. Gee, sorry.
Die.
Is he still?
Look how you made Mad Mel feel.
It's an honest question.
I thought it was a good conversation.
You did attack him a little bit. You attacked him a little bit. I think he overreacted, but that's classic Mad Mel. I think we can, besides the way that thing abruptly ended. What was that all about?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, professionalism, maybe. Just a tad bit.
It's all right. Draft season's Mad Mel season.
Today's event is me versus a Carolina Reaper pepper. A pepper that has what?
2.2 million Scoville on average. I think it's pretty much the hottest pepper in the world.
In comparison, a jalapeno is
6,000 Scoville.
For every second after it is in my mouth, I don't grab this milk. Yeah. We'll give $25 to a random person in the comments section right now. $4,500 feels like a good amount to give away, though. And that'd be 3 minutes. This is going to be a long 3 minutes.
That's redder than devil's dick. That crunch. How we doing so far? Doesn't look too bad.
I should have taken a drink of water beforehand, though, because I think I had a dry mouth. I had a little cotton mouth.
Oh, okay. Once the hiccups start, I think you're just about done for. What's your biggest regret in life? Do you have 2 more minutes in you?
I think it's just starting to hit like the peak. The curve on this thing is just starting to go up.
You are handling this much better than Bill did, though. You are, yeah. Billy Tubes was puking 10 seconds in. 130. 130.
It's burning my esophagus.
Do you feel like you're going to puke?
Oh, I do.
And that milk looks ice cold, too.
No!
Beer that broke my heart. Hey, one more. Yep. Now we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Dance with me.
How you feel now?
A little bit better, but not great. Oh, God. That's a bad idea. I need more.
More milk.
Oh, God, God. Yikes. Hey.
What?
Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for. The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, you pig! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Sport! Hello, beautiful people. It is a magical Thursday, March 14th, 2024. We're live from the Thunderdome. Hour 3 of the show begins right now. Sports! Nailed it. AJ didn't even get confused. That's college football national champion, Super Bowl champion, all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, AJ Hawk. The Talks table is here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the hammer, Dahn. Cowboys Tone Diggs is here, and a man who's been waiting around for the last 5 minutes, which we apologize for, because wait until you see how cool this motherfucker looks.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, multiple-time Super Bowl champion, ESPN pundit, incredibly handsome, Damian Wood.
Yeah. Fellas, what's happening?
Hey, this morning,
Yeah.
you showed up fresh fade.
Oh, clean.
Hey, Foxworth had he had a clean fade as well. We didn't know if there was a barber maybe at the set or not. You had clean fade, clean face, suit, perfectly tailored. You showed up this morning and killed the game, D-Wood. You should be pumped right now. Hell yeah, D-Wood.
Hey, man, listen, I will say this, man. I damn sure feeling good about myself, but I got to say this, man. I don't know if I'm going to be sleeping in the bed tonight because the wife ain't happy with the shave, brother.
Oh, no.
The wife ain't happy with the yeah, she's not happy with the fresh shave on the face, man. So maybe I can come sleep on your couch.
Come on, we got multiple. Come on. Connor just bought a nice 2-bedroom apartment.
Got a room for you.
He's got a room with a good view of Indianapolis. Some say the best they've ever seen. But you did all this without even. You didn't even talk to that's a bad decision. Now, from our standpoint, we think that was a risky decision on your side, just as married men. Is this the case you're kind of realizing now?
Yeah, the wife is out of town and she happened to see my face on the tube this morning. And it's like, what the hell you do that for?
That's not
like,
my husband.
What? That's not, it wasn't cool at all. So I might have to face the repercussions when she gets back.
She's upset you look too good.
Hey, you look too good. Yeah. Hey, she's like, damn, is that 24-year-old? Hey, who's this?
I can't help from styling and profiling. You know what I mean?
It's not your fault. I mean, you made a decision that made you look phenomenal. And I like the fact, and this has kind of been the story of my life with some people's significant others throughout the days. Back whenever guys had girlfriends and everything, I seemingly was always the person where significant other says something and my ideas are the complete opposite.
Oh.
It's the same exact situation.
Yeah.
It's the same situation. She literally, we reached out to ESPN. We're like, hey, we haven't talked to Damian in a while, or D-Wood in a while. Love him. Also, looks so cool today. Can we have him on the show? At the same time, he's getting a message from his wife. Why do you look the way you
Change it.
What a time. Anyways, D-Wood, you're crushing it. Let's talk a little ball, shall we?
Let's do it.
Free agency, obviously a lot of teams made some moves. Some teams were quiet. Obviously, that's been a big part of conversation. What's the move that kind of piqued your interest the most, or what are you feeling out of free agency that you're going to be talking about the most as we go forward here, D-Wood?
Yeah, Pat, man. Listen, I'm looking at those Houston Texans, man.
God.
Listen, the Houston Texans is crushing it in free agency, and they're doing what you're supposed to do. You know, when you hit on the quarterback, obviously we know C.J. Stroud is that guy, and so now they're just like, you know what, we're sliding our chips in. We're going all in, and so they've been adding a bunch of pieces. Obviously, Danielle Hunter, the defense end from Minnesota. They traded for Joe Mixon. I mean, they've added a bunch of guys, bunch of dudes that's going to help that football team. They're going to be one of the scarier teams in the AFC in 2024. So I love what they did. Hey, I got to say, man, what the hell is the Carolina Panthers doing trading a 26, 27-year-old pass rusher? And you not even get a first-round pick?
Hey, listen.
What the hell is going on down there?
Yeah, that's been the topic of conversation on our show the last 2 days. We have not expected to be a Carolina Panthers show at all.
No.
But they've seemingly been the gift that doesn't stop giving whenever it comes to what the fuck is going on in Carolina. But we have to give the new building a chance, right? I think we have to give the new building a chance. Although the Christian McCaffrey deal feels the same way as this Burns deal feels to a lot of different Carolina Panthers fans. We heard Luke Combs and everything like that. Morgan's got a vision, we assume. Canals got a vision, we assume. But boy, they had like 150 people at their last home game. That place needs right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes, I do know what you mean. And man, I hope they get it together, man. But they got to protect the quarterback, which they invested like $1 trillion into guards. Which, by the way, as a former lineman, I am so happy that these guys are getting paid. Can we get a couple claps for that for the offensive line?
Absolutely.
Yes,
hey,
absolutely.
Let's go. Big fat guys getting money.
Yeah. You're damn right. You're damn right.
Sorry, big, tough, smart, fat guys getting money. Athletic guys getting money. We like that a lot around here in the trenches. Go ahead, AJ.
Damian, what's going on with the New York Football Jets? What do you think this offseason will look like as we continue to move forward? And what are your, expectations for what they do this season and Robert Saleh as the head coach?
Well, we know priority number one has been protection, right? You know, we're getting our boy A-Rod back in the fold, you know, coming off the Achilles. We got to make sure he's standing upright, man. So my man Joe Douglas, a GM, is going out there, and he's already got a couple pieces on the offensive line, which I really like. They're probably going to dress it again in the draft. They need another wide receiver to go along with Garrett Wilson. So I like the direction they're heading. They still got some work to do, but I like the direction. I just want Aaron to come back and just kill the shit this season, man. That's what I want.
We would like that as well. But we would like that as well. We would like that as well because I think Jets fans right now, with how the year went, like that's got to be a bitter taste. Like because all the hope going into the season was awesome. It was beautiful. It was like everything that's good with football was happening with the Jets fans, both personally and publicly. The celebration of what football can do, having a good team, how much it can bring people together, hope, optimism, distraction away from everyday bullshit. It felt like the Jets had that for the first time in a long time. And then the opening is just as beautiful as September 11th at home. Movie. Like, here we go. It's a fucking movie. It is. It's a fairy tale movie. And then the last 4 plays, and then it just gets ugly. It's the same old shit. There's no real adjustment made. So you're punting another year. It's like, all right, next year, I guess, will be the year that we get to experience what we were all pumped up about. And then all of a sudden, we got a jungle in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
That is currently harboring the quarterback. And then there's news coming out. It's like, we just need to get the football. I think that's how everybody feels, and I assume that's how Aaron feels as well for the Jets. Hey, Jets, let's go. This is going to be the year.
Here we go.
Jets.
Let's do it.
This is going to be the year. Connor's got a question for you, D. Wood.
Yeah, D. Wood, as a Patriots fan, I was very excited for the Dynasty documentary, and it was great to see yourself in there in those first couple episodes, and reliving that first Super Bowl team you're on was awesome. Didn't get to relive the second one just because they skipped over it so quickly, but I've only watched the first 3 episodes, and I actually refuse to continue watching because of the depiction of Bill Belichick. When you're rewatching it, are you surprised by how the entire documentary has kind of been formatted? And what are your thoughts as a whole on New England now after the Bill Belichick situation?
Yeah, man. Listen, it's definitely, you could definitely say that it doesn't paint Bill Belichick in the greatest of light, in this whole situation. And listen, man, when you have some couple of alphas, that's had a lot of success, and I'm talking about Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. When you have that type of run, obviously it's going to come to an end. It didn't come to the end that we all anticipated, but man, it just felt like everybody was out to go get Bill Belichick. Yeah. And I'm like, he was the architect behind the whole damn thing.
GM and coach. That is the thing that just gets lost. They call him Coach Bill Belichick. He's the greatest coach of all time. It's like he was shopping too. He was the one doing the groceries in this entire thing. It's wild to think though that's how that thing. Did you know that's what Dynasty was going to kind of look like whenever you were in it? And how do you think you feel about it now? Have you watched it back?
When I was, because I did it the whole, when they were interviewing, it was like a couple years ago. I had no idea that it was going to turn into like a Bill Belichick bashing, to say the very least. That's because that's the way it looks like. But listen, I had a great time being a part of it. Obviously, I had stories to tell, and they came out pretty good as far as the documentary was concerned. But man, we can't be shitting on the guy that was the architect behind this whole dynasty. It doesn't sit right with me. I can tell you that.
Well, how about the future now? We got a whole new era here. We're probably getting a new quarterback at number 3 overall. Who's that going to be? Who knows? Mayo's the head coach. Feels like you're bringing back players, getting young in the coaching staff. How do you feel about the next chapter here?
I'm excited, man, because Gerard Mayo seems like the type of guy, man, that a lot of the people not only in the building but the players, they feel real comfortable with. They know what to expect of him. And plus, you just need new energy. You need new energy, new voice in the building. Again, when you have that type of run, all good things must come to an end. Hell, the Roman Empire came to an end. The Patriots dynasty had to come to an end. So I'm excited for Gerard Mayo. And they're going to get a quarterback high. Hell, you picking 3rd, you better go ahead and draft the damn quarterback. So you get a quarterback, start this thing over again. Let's see what happens.
I'm excited to watch Mayo do his thing. Seems like the energy is high, and after 24 years, you can see how maybe a new step would be taken, but who knows what that looks like. The Colts have been searching, for a while now. That could be the case, but then there's teams like the Packers where it's right after another. Houston Texans just easily pick right up from, outhouse to penthouse. Anything can happen in the NFL. Now, with that being said, losing a staple. Ty's got a question for you, D. Wood.
Yeah, D. Wood. Yeah. Eagles fans are obviously ecstatic after signing Saquon Barkley, and rightfully so, that they could really use him. But as a former offensive lineman, how much of an impact will losing Jason Kelce have on that offensive line and that team as a whole? I know they re-signed Landon Dickerson or gave him an extension. He got a bag, but is it as simple as just kind of plugging and placing, or like what are they going to have to do to replace everything that Jason Kelce did for that team?
Man, listen, it's hard to replace Hall of Famers. Even the Hall of Famers that are older, that's up there in years. And, Jason Kelce was still playing at an extremely high level, last year. And so, that's not anything that you can, like point away and say, oh, they got guys on the roster. I'm assuming Cam Jurgens, the guy they drafted a couple years ago, he'll probably step in there back to his natural position at center. But, man, like, us fat guys, man, we're kind of a team all to ourselves. We don't like change. That's not what we do. We don't like change, all right? And so, listen, I think it's going to work out because they got a lot of really good, dogs on that offensive line. But, damn it, I'm going to miss that guy out there on the field. I like him pulling and smashing people, out there on the field. So, Jason, if you can hear me, brother, I'm going to miss you, man. I really am. I'm going to miss your ass out there.
Hey, we're all going to miss you, Jason.
Yeah.
Legit. There's not a lot of people you talk about like that in the history of the NFL. Seems like it's just a unanimous thing. Even though he got incredibly popular at the center position, too, the biggest of haters, the D1 haters of offensive linemen are like, yeah, probably the right guy. Yeah. That's the right guy that should be getting the pub, And it's like he's handled it right the entire way. I don't think I've heard of a player, especially at the offensive line, be so unanimously beloved by other offensive linemen who are natural haters. Like, offensive linemen are natural haters. They hate fucking everything. That is kind of how some are. Yes. So, hey, you done good, Jason.
Hell yeah.
You done damn good. Go ahead, AJ.
Yep.
D-Wood, so you said big guys don't like change. Now, why is that? And is that exclusive to like 300-plus pounders?
Yeah, what is the cutoff? That's good.
Yeah, 300. Yeah, we could go with that. Man. Like, listen, man, we're kind of, like I said, we're our own unit. We don't like doing a lot of different changes and stuff like that. We're old school. We don't like people, bothering us and all that type of stuff. So it's going to be a different vibe in that locker room, in that meeting room. But it's football. It's pro football. It is what it is. Guys come and go. You hate to see a Hall of Famer leave, but hell, man, like, I always looked at people new players sideways when they came in the offensive line room. So that's just the way it is, man.
Hey, listen, you gave a great answer there, and I appreciate it. And you talk about not liking change. Your wife noticed a big change. We all did today. If there's another biopic of Biggie, you should have seen the angle that you had. I thought Notorious was talking a couple of times. I mean, handsome right now, D. I'm telling you, you look like movie star. You look like superstar.
Hey, let me tell you something, man. When you've dropped, I've dropped 83 pounds, man, since beginning of last season. So, your boy been kind of getting back in the game shape out here. I'm seeing all these bags being dropped on the offensive line. Hell, maybe a 46-year-old can get out there and throw a couple blocks right there.
Hey, well, hold off until we got a Super Bowl contender. Middle of the season.
Oh yeah, I'm not going out there with no training camp. The hell with all of that. I'm just talking about, listen, if someone wants to tap me in at the end of the season, I'm here.
I love that. God, I can't wait to see the Indianapolis Colts sign Damian Woody off it to get upset right into action and a playoff run on the line. Now, the style of football might be a little bit different then. Go ahead, Tone.
All right, D-Wood, I mean, speaking of that, Final Four teams last year, San Francisco, Detroit, Baltimore, and KC all ran the ball. And then at the start of free agency, it was a run on running backs. It feels like we're getting back to, the early 2000s, late 90s when it was running the football. That's how it started. And what does that do for an O-line? Like, just coming off the ball, working off play action, and is that going to help you come back at 46, not having to do a pass set every play?
Hey, let me tell you something, brother. When it's running like that, and when I see guys with their hands on their hips, I got them. That's what every offensive lineman loves to see. Wearing down, taking a defensive lineman's soul. So I always say, like, everything happens in cycles, right? We saw, the game kind of go away from the running game, running backs and all that stuff. Now I think we're starting to see some of that come back around. So I always say the game of football is still the same. You got big people hitting big people, and whoever gives in first usually is going to win.
Yeah, the game is always in the trenches. It always is, always has been, always will be. And if you suck there, you got no shot. You know what? Feels like we all have no shot now that D Wood is this D Wood on TV.
That's right.
They're going to cancel every show now. They're going to cancel our show.
Hey, that's fine. That's no, not you, brother. Not you, brother. You doing it too big right now. I'm trying to get on your level, man.
Okay, well, we would love to chit chat with you more often. We appreciate you taking time today, and enjoy the rest of it.
All right, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all boys, man.
Nice job, Damian Woody.
Yeah, D Wood.
This morning, you turn on TV, you're like,
who is that?
Yeah, holy shit.
God damn. 83 pounds down.
Good.
He's like, let me see if this jawline.
Yeah.
Because he's had that beard.
Oh, yeah.
So long. Let me see if we've gotten back to a jawline here. And he has.
Oh, yeah.
In the fade, it's like, he looks.
His wife, she'll like it. His wife will like it.
Yeah, she hasn't seen it in person. She's only seen it in a couple.
Yeah, she'll come around.
Yeah, she'll see it. When she sees it in real life, she can be like,
oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, good move.
There he is.
I was wrong.
a lot more upkeep now, though, with the fade.
True.
He's got a ton of kids, doesn't he?
I think so.
Yeah, 6?
6 or 7, I believe.
He had the best setup during COVID.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Whenever he had the Roman
Castle.
or the Greek background with the big
the
pillars.
Columns, yeah.
The columns, and then he had the Super Bowl champion jerseys hanging in between them.
Right.
And he was just sitting, that was his backdrop for all the COVID shows. It was like, Damian Woody has done good in his life.
Yeah.
Like, he looks like he's actually living in a palace. And then, oh, yeah, there's a couple Super Bowl championships back there.
Of course.
It was like, I think that was the exact moment where I was like, I love Damian Woody.
Yep.
And then I got to meet him in a green room whenever I went over and I mean.
Boom.
There it is.
Is that his front door? Is he, like, is that the back door?
I have no idea.
I still don't know. The back of it, do you see the pool setup looks like it's back
Sick.
there?
That's leading out to the pool. Has to be.
Yeah, and that's down in the basement.
Yep.
This is studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez. Good for him.
Yeah.
Love him. We got some news out of the Chargers organization. Joey Bosa has restructured his contract to remain a Los Angeles Charger, is how it was phrased, I believe, from an Adam Schefter tweet. So now we got Khalil Mack and Bosa back, Derwin James back, Keenan Allen back, obviously Justin Herbert back, Austin Eckler, Mike Williams gone.
Yep.
Okay, but Jim Harbaugh now, I assume he was a part of recruiting Joey Bosa or talking to Joey Bosa about what the culture is going to be, how he's going to fit in perfectly, how he's going to love being a Charger. And this also means that Harbaugh wants him to be a part of what's going forward with the Chargers team that is obviously under-delivered to their fans and, we believe, to themselves 4 out of the last 5 out of the last 6, 7, 8, 10 years, whatever it is. I like this. Good for them keeping that D-line intact, seemingly. AJ, what are your thoughts?
Are you guys surprised that they both stayed? I thought for sure possibly one of them was not going to make it, most likely Khalil Mack, just because he's older. I mean, the fact that they kept them both and they both restructured to be there, I think this is a great sign for Jim Harbaugh and the rest of them.
Yeah, good pitch on what they're selling is seemingly working for 2 of their best players.
There was talk weeks ago that like 3 of the 4 big ones here between Mack, Bosa, Keenan Allen, and Mike Williams were going to have to go. And the fact that only Mike Williams had to go, like I think that's, like you talked about it, like that is Harbaugh already in there, and they're already bought in.
Yeah, he's selling right now what it's about to be, how it's about to be. Obviously, he's coming off a national championship and an incredible media run.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible.
His media run at the end of last year, when every time he was behind a microphone, it was must listen, must watch. However he was answering everything was either going to be a soundbite, a click, or a fuck yeah, dude. A lot of that when he was talking. I think so, don't you think? Like in the middle of all this fake, and I think it's going to come out potentially. I mean, I don't know. We didn't see anything. The controversy seemed like
it was a bit of a witch hunt.
It did feel, now.
We were kind of gobsmacked about the whole thing.
We were kind of gobsmacked, but in the middle of that time, the way it was being described, what was being said was happening, all that type of shit, you would think like Harbaugh would get ruined through that. Instead, it was the complete opposite. Everybody's like, kind of love this guy. This guy should be talking more through this entire. If I would have heard him talk more before this entire thing, I would have probably not believed that he would have known anything about it, even though it was in his world, in his building, big building, a lot of people, GAs everywhere, rogue agent. I get it, but like the more we learned about Harbaugh, the more we loved. Feels like his team's the same way. That's why they all buy in. That's why he always has success everywhere he goes. He's like a master team builder. It feels like as well.
Yeah, and he also did it. Everyone kind of knew he was probably going to take an NFL job throughout the whole second half of the season at least. And there wasn't really like animosity towards him, even from Michigan, anyone. They're like, yeah, they kind of get it. Like, yeah, we knew he's going to take a look, but hey, win us a national championship on the way out. Why don't you, Jim?
Bosa and Mac, walked in to potentially clear out their locker a little bit more because they thought they were going to get cut because there was reports. And they poked their head in there, and Harbaugh was shirtless in khakis, lifting with cleats on in the weight room. And they were like,
"Got to play for this."
We should at least fucking listen to this guy.
Got to try.
We should at least.
Yeah.
They did say he was first day in the weight room.
Yep.
If you want to eat, this is all you can eat buffet.
Mhm.
That's how he described it to us. You remember the gym? They were cleaning it up and everything. That's fascinating. Good for him. Good for the Chargers.
Yes.
And now can Khalil Mack, who got 6 sacks in one game, have a big time season? Can Joey Bosa stay healthy, have a big time season?
Yeah.
Keenan Allen, Justin Herbert, can they take it to the next level without Austin Eckler, the touchdown maker, in the backfield? Like, can they go on a run in that division is now the massive question. And I continue to believe because they have Harbaugh, they have a chance to do it, which is absurd to think about. But it's real. Even though you got Patrick Mahomes 2 times a year in the division, they seemingly have played him well over the past, as everybody. Raiders have as well. That's division football. That's how that's going to go. It's like, good luck to them, and I'm thankful that Harbaugh's back in the NFL.
Yeah, it's incredible. And because they have all those good players and a top, 6 pick, like that does feel like a team that can get very good very fast after having a bad year. Because, look at those top 5 teams, between all of them, the only team with a
How's the
franchise.
line for Chargers? Good?
Great.
Pretty good.
Rashawn Slater, they've drafted, who's considered a very, very good tackle.
Kid out of BC.
Zion Johnson, they
Mhm.
drafted in
Is
the
Lindsley
first,
still there?
both
He's
first
been
rounders.
battling injuries too, but when he's healthy, he's one of the best
They have some
centers in the
pieces.
NFL.
Like if they add, let's say they add like Brock Bowers
or Joe Alt
to their team,
though.
like they could be even one of those top wide receivers. Malik Neighbors, like they are in
Slater plays left, but
that pick.
Well, there's a whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've heard. Yeah, there's a whole. I'm not getting into that. Draft Spectacular might be bigger than ever
Pump.
Really?
this year.
Because we're going to be there.
What was that?
Of course, that is a
Big
part
time.
of it. We're going to be live. We got a footprint. Stage is behind us, so like as they're walking on stage. Let's take a look at who Roger Goodell is going to be dapping up next. That whole thing.
You guys have rented your tuxes. I have.
Okay.
Where is?
I certainly
What
have.
building will it be
Tony's
in?
got a tux.
Huh?
What building is the draft in?
Well, there's only
It's
like
by
two,
the river, I
two
know
buildings
that.
still
Thought it was
sitting.
Down by the river.
That's all I know.
It's not at the Ford Manufacturing Center?
No, because
The plant, yeah.
listen, this is normal for the draft. Big space is what they're looking for, not necessarily a building.
Yeah.
Remember, Nashville is the creme de la
Well, are they
creme.
going to do it? Is it outside in Detroit? Do we know?
I think so. From what I saw where we were going to be, it felt like we were going to be outside.
It's at the Campus Martius Park in Hart Plaza.
Oh, the Campus Martius.
It's going to reek.
What?
It's
Come
outside.
on,
I mean, at least we can
dude.
control the smell.
We'll be there, which obviously will make it more ridiculous.
Well, maybe they're doing the same thing that Indy's doing.
What's that?
You see, Indy got $12 million for some stuff.
For what?
For what?
Homelessness infrastructure. We are all very happy in downtown Indianapolis about that news.
What are they? They're getting them porta johns.
They're getting
$12
something.
million for something with the homeless.
$12 million worth of porta johns. Is that
not
what's
gonna
happening?
go
Porta
very far.
Johns and Little Caesars Pizza for all the homeless.
Maybe parking spots like in Buffalo.
All right.
I thought it
Just
was
pitch a tent.
Gump, you've been really hammering home the bullshit that is the extra space in the parking lot in the new Buffalo Bills Stadium for tailgate.
Give us some damn bisons. We don't care about having a tent in the freaking parking spot.
16 feet is fucking big, dude.
not big enough.
Not the top of it.
No, when you get
This is 18 feet.
Yeah, the dong should come to that to be at 18 feet.
add 10 feet of snow.
Holy
Then
shit.
what?
Campus Martius is in the running for best public square in the U.S.
Okay. See,
Boom.
that's what I'm talking about.
I'm
We
sure
had it
it
pulled
is.
up on the map there. I believe this is where it's going to be taking place if we have that still. Yep. It's right there. What part of is this downtown? This is on where are
Yeah, we're downtown there.
That's downtown.
So where's the stadium?
Is that the lake, a river? What is that?
It's a river, and then Canada's right across there. So you cross the
Yeah,
Ambassador
Windsor.
Bridge and
Sorry,
you're
what?
Windsor.
Boom.
Yeah.
We're gonna be
Oh
in
yeah, it's
Canada?
right
Can you
there.
put north? Can you put north up here?
It's weird that it's.
Swim halfway across the river and you're in Canada, right?
International waters.
Normally there's a directional button.
Well, I don't know if it's 7 miles, is it?
So, yeah, you can see Ford Field at the top there in Comerica Park.
Okay.
North is up right now?
Got it.
Well, then,
No way.
No.
No.
No, look where Canada is.
Oh yes, it is.
oh,
That's
Oh
not
no!
right.
So Detroit's more north than Windsor.
Over.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
shit! Zito, good work. Sorry we doubted you. Zito was like, it is north. It is north. It's like that makes
Well,
no sense. Canada's
border.
up.
Yeah, the border.
Canada is up.
Not right now. It's
Fused
not.
us. But in this scenario,
A little piece of Canada.
Holy shit! Detroit is further north than Windsor, Canada.
Yeah.
What's the lat? What's the lat long on both of them?
I do need to hear the lat on that. To truly believe it, I need the lat.
Get the minutes.
So once you turned 18 in Michigan, everyone crossed the bridge and went to Windsor so you could go booze.
And you guys were going south. You didn't even know that.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Is it 18
Oh,
or
yeah,
19?
no, it's 19. You're right, AJ.
We would travel up to Niagara Falls. We would go through Buffalo. When you were in Pittsburgh, it was a 4-hour drive. We were driving north, though, to Canada.
Yeah.
We were going up.
So
on
we
the
could
map.
fly into Windsor. We could fly to Canada, be closer to Detroit.
Yeah, seems like it.
Go through customs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Calgary is 18
Big fun.
drinking age. If you can get to Calgary.
Where's Calgary at? Is that left?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're not going to
Oh,
get
it's
there.
left?
Not going to get there.
They are both. The latitude of both of them is 42.3 degrees north.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. That means this map has to be wrong.
No, you got to get the specifics. You
Sorry,
get the
Detroit
minutes
is
and seconds in there.
42.3314.
There it is.
Okay, thank you. On this Pi Day, let's make sure we have respect for all the fucking numbers.
3314. And Windsor is 42.3149.
I was gonna say about 31.
All right,
3149. So yeah, about 0.2 degrees farther north is Detroit.
Yep.
Just like we fucking said it would.
Exactly. Sorry, 0.02 degrees. Very close.
Oh, 02? Is there 2 twos?
Well, it's 42.33 for Detroit and 42.31 for Windsor.
Okay, 0.02.
To the 100th degree.
No, yeah.
10th, 100th, yeah.
Did that casino, did that survive COVID?
Which one?
Windsor?
The casino right there in Windsor, yeah.
I think all casinos did.
Yeah, casinos are A-okay, pal.
But didn't they shut it down for 3 years?
No.
3 years?
They put up the
Canada is
in the
different.
slots. They had the
Not Canada.
hockey.
You think Canada?
Plexiglass.
Well, I
Canada,
told
yeah.
you my thoughts on Canada yesterday. I expected them to just blow up their country during COVID, but I assume the casinos themselves.
There's some things coming back around in Canada right now that are. Ooh.
That is our Canadian beat reporter, Bubba Campino, who is from Victoria, Canada, which is over in British Columbia, Canada, which is way left.
Yeah, there was a lot of money given out to people who couldn't work during COVID. Is now being asked back.
Yeah, you see what I'm talking about?
That was not supposed to happen.
Yeah, well, anytime
luck.
you give anybody money, they certainly expect to have to give it back, so they will hold on to that
Yeah. For sure.
intact forever.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
That is certainly how the world has always worked and will continue to. And let's figure it out. Hey, smart people, figure it out.
Figure it out, smart people.
And how come nobody told me Windsor was south of Detroit?
I don't know.
That's feels like something we should have told.
I don't like it.
You know Canada's south of America? I didn't know that.
How about that?
You know, Reno, Nevada's farther west than L.A. Something like that. You can jack it. I think I'm right.
Just the something like
something
that.
like that.
Something
Pull it
like
up,
that.
Diggs. Pull it up.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah,
Look at us being. I did win a geography bowl in 8th grade. So these are things that I should know, and
That was correct.
okay. Way to go, Tone. I'm proud of you, pal. That's because the Plumboro School District.
We don't need a topographical map.
Well,
That's where the mountains are.
Yeah, it's nice to see.
A little
actually.
dry. Every once in a while, when they're doing drought
Okay.
talks, you got to dive into the topographic. And
How are you gonna
See
know?
how it's all going.
Wait, what happened?
You zoom in, Reno.
Yeah, this makes sense. I can certainly see
What are
that.
we doing? I mean, can we get the
This we can't do
regular
this.
map? There's Reno.
Yeah, where?
That's America.
Okay, where's L.A.?
I was gonna say, I think that.
Yeah, okay.
That was really good, Tone.
Tony,
Wait,
AJ didn't believe you. AJ didn't believe you.
I didn't believe it when I first heard it either.
Well,
I
yeah,
wasn't
we heard
sure,
that in
actually.
your mouth. The way you said it, you didn't believe it as it was coming out, but it was right, Tony. You need a little bit more faith in yourself.
Way to go, Tony.
Yeah, yeah.
I do enjoy whenever we do a good, learn very basic things seg.
No,
it is a cool part of the show that we
you
know.
poll 100 Americans, maybe one is saying, "Oh yeah, Windsor's south of Detroit."
I think so.
Maybe 0 out of 100.
Foxy grew up in Michigan, had no idea.
I think one
No
American
clue.
knows that Windsor is Canada.
Well, you would have to say Windsor,
Windsor, Ontario.
Yeah, Canada.
Yeah,
in the
sure.
question, you would have to tell them.
Or say like, where's Windsor, buddy, or something like that.
Yeah, but you would have to set up the questioning with like, the sky is normally this color when there's no clouds? Like, easy question. Oh, that's blue. When you get milk from a cow, what color? White. Okay. Windsor, Ontario, Canada is north or south of Detroit. Like, easy. Up.
Yeah, north.
North.
Canada's up.
And you would get them every time.
Or it needs to be,
And the setup of the question would be like, yes, you're allowed to give the easy answer here. Yes, this is not a gotcha. This is not a gotcha. This one, yeah, you're fucking wrong.
Gotcha.
You embarrassed yourself. You embarrassed yourself.
Or it could have been a question on who wants to be a millionaire where there's still one answer in there where you think like, oh, that one's just in there for fun.
Yes.
And what's the most north? And one of them is Windsor and one's Detroit and one's like Tuscaloosa and,
Yeah, but if you're on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, I think you do think to yourself, are they trying to
trick
get
me?
you?
Yeah,
they're
Reed
trying-
was kind of a slimy bastard. He could.
Rest in peace.
So they're,
Jesus.
rest in peace.
Obviously.
Are you talking about Reed?
Who?
Yeah, Reed.
He is dead, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
He died
When?
a while ago.
He had a Guinness World Record for most amount of time on television, I think.
I believe so.
Congratulations, Reed.
Good job, Regis.
Go Regis.
I think what's his name's trying to break that.
There's people that, who's that, Ryan Seacrest?
Yeah. Especially now that he's going to be taking over Wheel.
No, well, he took over Dick.
Taking over Wheel of Fortune?
Yeah. So, yeah, I think he got that gig.
Okay.
That was up, allegedly. Wheel of Fortune was up because Pat Sajak, who is the star of the show,
Icon.
he'll tell you.
Well, that's how
He's good. He's good. He's
No,
good.
no, no.
He's
He
good.
won't tell you. That's how they announce it every night.
He is good.
The
He is
stars
good.
of
He
the
is
show.
good. He's good. He's good. He's good. I think Pat Sajak's a very good host. Very good host. I'm not saying he's not.
He's good. He's good.
He's good. I watched an interview with Alex Trebek. I don't think Alex Trebek necessarily had, like, rest in peace, Alex Trebek. Also,
they had beef.
No,
Oh, yeah.
there
A
was
little bit.
the question was, how come you don't get introduced as the star of the show, but Pat Sajak and Vanna White get introduced on Wheel of Fortune as the stars of the show? And he said, well, the stars of the show are the categories, the questions, the contestants. And he said, even if you were just doing an alphabet game, the alphabet would be the stars of the show, or something like that. And he was like, ooh. Ooh,
Body.
Feels like Trebek did a little. Now, they obviously had mutual respect for each other. They were primetime TV for 30 years plus at the top of the game. Both incredible. But I did always find that funny that, like, you don't even realize that they're introduced as the stars of the show until you hear that particular statement. And it's like, okay.
Well, Trebek is also a good old Canadian lad from Sudbury, Ontario, so they got the little bit of Canadian humbleness built in there.
So was it Sajak was the host of Jeopardy first, or Trebek was the host of Wheel of Fortune first?
I didn't know that.
One or the other. I think Trebek maybe had Wheel of Fortune, then he went and did Jeopardy, or maybe Sajak had Jeopardy and did one or the other.
Yeah,
it was. They've been tied together for
long time.
long time. And how about the game show era in primetime? Just
incredible.
Those two, if those aren't good shows, how long does that last?
Yeah.
Like those two are phenomenal. And then Who Wants to Be a Millionaire comes in, changes the entire thing.
Yep.
They had the biggest rating I think any game show has ever had in that entirety. And congrats to them. That was overseas, I guess, first before it was here.
Yeah.
We do that a lot with game shows. America, they'll send scouts out to different parts of the world, find game shows.
Masked Singer.
Yeah, all of them. Pretty
The
much.
Beast.
American
That one
Ninja
where
Warrior.
they put the shape up and you got to get into the shape of the deal
Hole in the
before it
wall.
knocks you over.
The greatest game show of all time.
Where is that one?
We saw
man.
one yesterday.
Hole in the Wall
Yep.
is the greatest game show of all time. I mean, the producers they have moxie.
They do.
They have a lot of personality.
Yeah.
That lady had no chance of getting through the thin little hole that they put in that wall.
She didn't.
And they knew it whenever she was standing there.
Rude.
This is so rude. Here it comes. Look out for the wall. Remember, she's got to make the shape that's in the wall. And if not, she'll be knocked into the water and she will lose. Well,
It's good effort.
no chance.
It was good effort.
She almost had it.
She did. She tried her best. It wasn't her fault. It was the game's fault.
Yeah.
Man.
Should make those walls steel going forward.
Think about, what was that no whammies game?
Oh.
Big money, no whammies. Stop, where the guy cheated it. I love game shows, dude. I like we're right in my my bag right now.
Game Show Network.
Connor, I sent it in.
Okay,
good.
What was the chain? Yeah, Pressure Luck is the name of the Big Money, No Whammies one, where the guy learned the
sequence or whatever.
Sequence of it, and just
really
blind eye, oh, big money, and then he knew all the questions too. And he I think the other two people that were on the game had 0 and 0. He hit every single time, and they were had to figure out what this guy's obviously got us beat or whatever. I think they sued him. I think there was a
We were just talking yesterday that how the Japanese have the game shows market on lockdown. Okay, we saw one yesterday where the whole goal of the game show is you have to deliver food on a severely slanted floor. It's an all-time
Phenomenal.
Yeah,
Gold.
so good.
All-time game show.
I think they had that slippery mountain game too.
Yep.
That they
Oh,
started
yeah.
where people had to climb the mountain. It
Oh,
was just
yeah.
slick. I think they started like
Love that one.
love that. Yeah, dude. What's the one where Chain? It's like,
Weakest link.
no, that's Greg. Hey, you
Mm-hmm.
all the weakest link.
Yep.
Good
Goodbye.
boy.
Tried to revive that.
No, they did. And Jane did great.
Jane Lynch, yeah.
She's a great host. What's the one where there's like a word and then the next word connects the next word?
Oh yeah, chain reaction.
Chain reaction, and then you can stop from the bottom or the top.
Mm-hmm.
Love that game.
The pyramid one.
Yep.
Where it's like 10 categories. You got to have
$1,000. I think
$100,000 pyramid.
There.
Strahan hosted that one. He does a great job on that game. Chase, the Chase
Yeah, with the beast.
with the Beast, who was lost.
Oh yeah, he's not the beast anymore.
He's lost like 100 pounds, I think, if I saw him last time. Big fucking
Legend.
brain.
Yeah.
Big fucking brain on that guy.
That's why Spike TV was sweet because it just had all of those into one.
So the Game Show Network has some of the stuff.
It does.
Like that Chain Reaction show never made it off the Game Show Network.
Correct.
I wonder if they just test shit on there and then see if it can get picked up.
I think so. 'Cause, I mean, it's they don't have like infomercials over, like it is 24 hours of game show programming.
Love it.
Where is this channel?
It's on most of the shit that used to bundle code like cable and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dumb.
But it is on YouTube TV, I believe.
Ooh.
Nice.
Are there new shows? Do they try out new game shows on primetime right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
like what?
just made
I've never
The Wall, LeBron James brought out that Wall.
Doesn't Dwayne Wade have one?
Yeah, I don't know if that one's going to go.
During the summertime, they usually have new
one that you were
game
just
shows. I
watching,
feel
Pat.
like that, like Alec Baldwin hosted.
The one with Rob Lowe.
Yeah, the one you just.
Oh, yeah, The Floor.
Yeah.
What's that?
It was good. The floor was good. Floor was really good with Rob Lowe. It was a trivia game where everybody's assigned categories, and you're trying. If you beat the person next to you, it's like risk. You take their spot, and then once you have a bigger area, obviously you become a target. And it was taped over 6 days or 5 days. If you ended the day, you got $50,000 or $25,000. Then the overall prize was like $1 million or something like that. But it was good. It was a good trivia game. Everybody's trying to figure out how to do trivia in different fashions. There was one that Craig Ferguson did. It was a trivia game I was watching, and I'm a big fan of his. He's a Scottish guy, I think. He used to be a late Show host after David Letterman. He was a phenomenal late Show host. I thought he was really good. He used to like rip up the card, before he does his interviews, showcasing this thing. I always had massive respect for him. He had a trivia game. I forget The Hustler is what it was called, because there was somebody in there that knew the answers but wasn't in there. You had to guess who it was. It was like a nice little strategy game.
That?
I enjoy all that shit, yeah.
Deal or No Deal.
This one's good. This is a good show. If you get to see this show, it's a good show. And he's this guy's got moxie. This guy has got charisma. And he has an accent, so everything is funnier.
Deal or No Deal just came out with a new game.
Yeah.
It's like a Survivor Island-esque.
Is Howie hosting it?
Deal or No Deal Island.
So
He is not.
I think they're going to, at the end,
Howie's
he's going to be
not
the
doing that.
banker. I've been watching.
Yeah, because like the banker in the
We used to
in the
run
stands.
Deal or No Deal in the training room.
How so?
It was awesome.
With like things or
Yeah. So like if boxes,
yeah.
shoe boxes,
Yeah.
the whole thing. Nobody ever took the offer. It's NFL locker room.
Right.
Who was the banker?
$100. I believe we passed the banker around. I think we passed the banker around. It was a long rehab. That one.
Yeah, that was tough.
That one was a 3-4 weeker every single day. Everybody's miserable the whole time. We're going through it right now. Need something, Deal or No Deal, in the middle of it all. But need more great game shows. Figure it out.
Yeah, please.
Password is the one they're pushing.
Squid
right
Game
now.
was good, if you count that.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I did enjoy that.
Yeah, the reality-based
Yeah,
game shows kind of took over there for like Survivor, stuff like that.
The
Really
challenge.
captivated everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, that like
Peacock has a good one. It's called Traders.
Yeah, I watched
It's very good.
I watched the UK one or the Australia one here recently.
CT's the new one. He was awesome from the
Quickly,
challenge
yeah,
back in the day.
quickly, yeah. Quickly. Did you watch that? Did you watch it?
Oh yeah, I watched it all.
No spoilers. CT makes 20 minutes. He's gone.
Really?
Yeah, they voted his ass.
No, sorry.
CT?
Wait, the
Johnny
new challenge?
Bananas gets voted out right
yeah,
away.
Johnny Bananas. Sorry, not CT.
They're both on
Thank
it,
God.
Johnny Bananas
no.
got voted out.
Well, he gets
First night,
backpacked.
see ya. Johnny Bananas.
Makes sense.
Gone. I actually sent him a DM. I'm watching this Traders thing. Great to see the Bananas back in action, because he comes in with a lot of moxie. And then literally by the end of the episode, he was fucking already gone.
He was dressed so good,
So
too.
I sent him a follow-up message. Damn, man. They didn't want to see you win.
just saw.
I'm so sorry, Bananas.
Bananas got backpacked by CT, right? Is that
Yes,
how that one?
yes,
Yeah, they have a great relationship, obviously.
CT's the best mask guy.
Yeah, he is dog.
Yeah.
For a long time, he has been talking a lot of shit, going through a lot of drama, and physically abusing people.
Yes.
On TV.
Crushing it.
Entertainment, and we appreciate that. The UK one or the Australia one, did you watch it?
I saw the U.S. or technically the UK one. Yeah.
All right, so my wife gets very upset when I watch anything.
Sure.
You know that she might be interested in.
Sure.
That's I think classic couple stuff.
Okay.
You know, like hey, we're watching this together. She falls asleep early. I can't sleep, so I got a couple hours here.
Sure.
Yeah. So I got to do a constant game of, are Sam and I going to watch this or not?
Oh yeah, I do the same thing.
I'm trying to be a good husband. I am trying to be a good husband, but also like I don't get a lot of time to watch.
What am I gonna do now?
Yeah, what am I? So I gotta watch shit stuff. I just gotta watch, you know, like shitty stuff. Sam started this Traders show, and you know I caught up like 3 episodes in, and I told her like, "Oh, you didn't think I liked Traders, so you were just watching
Weird
this
picture.
without me." You know, the old reverse thing. She didn't think that I would like this because boy, it is so much drama and bullshit.
Really?
I mean, it is just the
that the
dramatics.
host?
The dramatics are absurd. It is a great fucking show.
Okay.
It's worthy. It is worthy of watching.
I mean, I don't like how they made CT 5'5" in the poster, but
I don't know. I didn't watch the American one. I assume Sam
Who's up
did.
front? Who's up front here?
That's the host. Stud.
who is that? He's been in a lot of stuff.
You might know him from Spy Kids.
This might be the last time.
Alan Cumming.
This particular show might be the last time that Michael Jordan's son and Larsa Pippen were together.
Oh yeah, look at that.
That is them.
They were competing as a couple, I do believe.
Is that Dalton Schultz, top left?
That is not.
Okay.
But I can see how the resemblance is
Yeah.
Who are some of these people?
I don't
There's
know.
a guy, Dancing with the Stars guy, I see.
there. Who?
Max, isn't that his name?
Verstappen.
Van
I don't know if
Verstappen?
it's Vanderstoppers.
So they grab people from other shows. So Bravo
Vander
and
who?
like Survivor.
All right.
I'm definitely gonna watch this show now.
The UK. I didn't see the.
I don't think I
didn't
am.
see the American one.
Okay.
Is this the American one?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
CT,
Oh,
dude.
okay.
I only watched one episode. I saw Johnny Bananas get his fucking ass eliminated. I said, this ain't a show for me. The only entertaining guy that probably would have been awesome through this entire thing, you guys just kicked out. This is his thing. Johnny Bananas stirring shit. Like, this is his thing.
Wheelhouse.
So when they voted him out, I'm like, yep, I'm done. I assume Sam watched the entire thing. And then she moved into the next one, which is is it Australia or UK? I was hearing an Australian accent, is what I was
They're
hearing.
tough to distinguish.
But I might have been wrong because it said UK on.
I don't know then.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either. But it's good.
I'd give it a run.
Anything happened in football today? How about sports as a whole? Anything? Oh, yeah, the Yager bobbleheads got lost.
Yeah, they did.
Stolen.
Well,
Did you hear about this, AJ? There's potentially a little bit of
Did someone take them or what?
there's a controversy potentially happening. So before the Royal Rumble, there was a Slim Jim car that was going to be given away to a member of the WWE Universe thanks to his friend L.A. Knight. Yeah. And your friends at Slim Jim. As they were transferring the Slim Jim car, one of one, to Royal Rumble in Florida, the car fell off the truck.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
like fell off the truck or it fell off the truck.
Well,
Exactly.
for those of you who grew up in an Italian neighborhood, I'm not saying it was just the Italians, but maybe any other potential neighborhood where things could fall off a truck. Televisions could fall off.
DVD player.
Yeah, a lot of things could fall off a truck. And, well, what happened? Well, it must have just got lost in the shuffle. The Slim Jim car had that happen.
Sure.
So they had to build a new one, made it even bigger, badder, and better. And then I read that the Pittsburgh Penguins are having a similar issue with their Yarmir Yagerhead bobbleheads. The Penguins announced today that the shipment carrying the Yager bobbleheads for tonight's game has been stolen en route to Pittsburgh. As a result, the bobbleheads will not be distributed at tonight's game, but will be distributed at a later date.
Yikes.
Somebody stole the fucking bobbleheads of Yarmir Yager, who's been having a 2-week party back in Pittsburgh for the first time in over a decade. Some assholes have these Yager bobbleheads fall off a truck. I won't stand for it. But then Pittsburgh Penguins released a video.
What?
Yeah.
Yarmir Yager and his bobblehead are going to find the bobbleheads.
Yeah, they're on the case.
Oh.
Telling me it's a work.
Yeah, Yag stolen.
Are we getting worked, brother? Did some asshole steal these fucking bobbleheads?
To be continued.
To be
What a teaser.
continued.
What a
Whoa.
teaser.
Man, and he's.
Whoa.
I think Yager will find it.
Oh,
What if they make a video of Yager stealing them like in the middle of the night, solo mission?
You think? From back?
Yeah, exactly. Back from whoever stole them.
I want him.
Yeah, no, it's ding.
Like a Michael Scarn situation.
What if Yog
What if he has
finds
to get
these guys?
in the skates too? What if it's like across a pond?
Yep.
Yeah, he's got to.
He has to go across, and he's
Well, be careful.
with his stick.
Takes him at gunpoint. Has 2 pistols. He points at.
That's what I'm
points
saying.
at him.
Yogs might kill these guys if he finds them.
Yeah.
Be careful on
Should.
that pond because it's been unseasonably warm this winter.
It has.
Well, he can skate on water, and think about his guns.
Yes,
being
he can.
The size of like hockey stick guns. Like he's got 2 pistols, but they're the size of hockey sticks.
Bingo.
Yeah, and he's holding the blade. Like,
Scary.
yeah, he's.
Yeah,
he's
big. Yep.
literally- He's literally.
That's one of your guns.
Here we go.
literally just walking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he's got these things.
Yeah.
Yep.
X.
Yep.
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 As he's saying it.
And it's,
Shoo.
yeah. Side stop, good nice. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Start throwing hockey pucks, like throwing stars.
Pull the pistol out.
I know. All right. I see it.
Yeah.
All right, I like what the Penguins are cooking up.
Okay.
I like where we could potentially be going here. But whoever stole the bobbleheads, give them back.
Come on.
Yeah, come on.
Yager Wick 5. Come on.
Who do they play
Writes
tonight?
itself.
Who do they play? Because the Pens suck now.
Is that
Right?
who stole?
Oh.
Who do they play, Nick? Do we have a game tonight, or do they cancel our season because we suck now?
They're playing the San Jose Sharks.
They suck too.
Nah, the Sharks are hungry Sharks.
Where are they? Are they? Is it in the Shark Tank or is it over here in Pittsburgh?
Yager bobblehead night.
Good call, Pat.
They might be. Did he play for San Jose?
I thought they stole a home game. I thought they stole a home game too. All right.
That would have been.
We're going to get the hell out of here. We can't thank you enough. There's basketball happening. Conference tournaments are taking place.
Yep.
Let's make sure we're watching those so we have a good, smart take on things.
Michigan State won.
Xander and Roars went very low today.
Did they?
Yeah, they're both tied for first at 7.
I've been watching some of the Netflix
There's
show.
a little
I
golf
watched a couple.
controversy as well.
What's that?
What?
Bad drop. Victor and Rory got into it apparently.
Oh, like Rory at the Ryder Cup type getting into it? Or because I've been watching the Swing to Live on Netflix as well. And
Swing to live.
Full swing.
Swing to live.
Full
Swing to live,
swing.
baby. They need to change the name now.
Full swing. Yep. I watched Rory is depicted well, I think, in the episode that I was watching. Good,
He's in there a lot.
yeah, good charisma, good charm. But they did show at Ryder Cup how things get a little testy. He was chewing somebody out, and then who's the big guy that was pushing him into the SUV? It was like a real
Lowry.
Lowry.
Shane Lowry, I believe.
Hate
Yeah.
guts.
They
Who
call
was he
him
fighting
Beef.
with?
I think.
Why?
Yeah.
Huh?
Beef Lowry.
I don't remember who it was. But they showed it. Rory will get a little fiery out there. He fought Victor Hovland on the course.
I haven't got the full story, but
teammates, too.
it was a somebody was mad about a drop. Rory had a couple drops that
Patrick
Victor
Reed?
didn't like apparently.
Oh, Victor was saying, hey, listen, I fired my short game coach whenever I had the best short game in the entire league and now no longer being talked about at all of having the best anything. But I know you're number one player in the world. Those drops ain't the same drops I'm doing. You dropped a little bit above your knee, huh? Oh, you're not allowed to do that.
Son of a bitch.
Wow, big hop there. Did you put a rock?
It's an 8-minute video.
That's way
Too long.
That's the problem with golf. Everything's too long.
Yep.
8 minutes.
Someone clip it.
I guess they had all the audio on the broadcast of
Live?
Spieth, Hovland, and Rory figuring out where Rory had to drop his ball after he hit
No
it.
wonder it was so long. Spieth was
And they disagreed with where Rory.
I haven't got to read the whole story yet.
son of a bitch.
Says there was 2 questionable drops by Rory is the issue.
Isn't there normally just a spotter there at every single turn? There always is some PGA because I remember there was a tournament where somebody drove it right into the side of the sand.
Yeah.
And there
Hovland.
Yeah,
Was it Hovland?
Maybe I don't remember if it was Hovland or not, but it was in the run when Hovland was having the run, and there was a full spotter about how you can't go towards the hole, you can't gain an advantage. It's an unplayable, but you got to do this. Like we watched the refs like kind of review the situation live for the golf. I assume that was at every tournament, every hole there was somebody doing that.
Yeah, I thought there was too. That's why it makes no sense when a guy finishes his round and then they're like, oh yeah, you actually get a 2-stroke penalty on the end of your card because of something that happened 8 holes ago. And I'm like,
where the hell were they?
Yeah, where are the rules officials at? That's why I don't actually understand how this happens.
Yeah, apparently Hovland said that Rory dropped too far up. Should have been back a little
He's
bit.
being a snitch, it sounds like.
Yep.
He's getting cheated.
Yep.
That's why you quit golf, right?
Take that up with Rory, not the media.
This is why. fucking done with it, man. It's all fucking bullshit. All.
You look sweet in that purple shirt, dude.
Thank you. I love this one. I love owls.
I don't think we should show it. Yeah, we should not. Golf is the only place that has given us a.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Man, you say it was storming. Can you hear that? Like, my house is shaking. There's a big.
I bet you. Yeah, you're probably getting what we had in the
You see
first
that with my
hour.
camera.
Oh, great.
The first half hour of the.
When's that going to get to Pittsburgh? Have we?
Probably right around 5 o'clock.
Serious.
Great.
Wow.
All right. We're going to get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's a big day.
Huge.
Massive.
Big day.
When you decide to watch or listen to our show and waste your day with us, you get through all the shit shows for a day like tomorrow. Tomorrow is a day.
Yeah.
I mean, Feel Good Friday going into St. Patty's Day weekend on Sunday.
Are you kidding me?
What are we talking
How about today being Pie Day? I think we got a couple apple pies out here.
How about that?
We got gimmicks. We got gimmicks.
It's that kind of pie day?
It's 3.14, baby.
We got gimmicks. We got. I think we had pies.
Oh, apple pie is delicious.
There is pie out there.
Lazy. Rudy Poo,
What?
you want some pie?
What day was D-Butch talking about on Twitter?
Happy Pie Day.
Pie day.
Pie
Hey, Bruce.
Happy Pie Day. Way to go, Bruce. Thank you for doing that. National champion Michigan cap. You can take that to talk to table. Ty, we both of this.
I'll definitely take a slice of the apple.
Yeah, for
Why
sure.
did you like this one?
Because you're an American. He did it probably 1 hour. He's walking.
What's the one with the Reese cups on top?
Okay.
That one's probably a good one.
That
It's
ain't
like ice
French
cream
silk,
pie.
see?
Happy Pie Day. 3.1-696-664-457872. Now we have no candles. Great.
We're good.
There it is.
Happy Pie Day.
Happy Pie Day.
Happy Pie Day.
Nice gimmick. Nice gimmick.
Yeah, that's a
Nice gimmick.
nothing better than a nice warm apple pie.
Yeah, I believe this one is French toast pie.
Yeah, and this is what Pie Day's all about. Pie Day's all about a French toast pie and an apple pie. And
Amen.
we're just
Hey, you guys-
we don't make the rules. Fuck. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry to cut you off. You think was there tons of people that were sticking their meats in apple pies after that movie came out when the kid did it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Old school. Yeah.
Okay.
That sounded like somebody who either did it or knows somebody that did it.
No,
that was pretty quick.
No. I'll say I did know someone who did, but I mean, American Pie.
Really?
That thing took over.
It did.
This is what I've been working on. Okay. People don't fully understand it because only a few of us could really see the vision. But this thing that definitely matters.
Yep.
This thing
Pie.
definitely fucking matters. We're going to talk about it a lot
Yep.
going forward. Is this right here.
Listen,
You're going to use it in your everyday life all the time.
If you're trying to find the diameter, yeah, you are.
Bingo.
Big with circles.
Yeah, I understand. We got the radius, and we're doing that against this thing, and we're certainly adding the diameter plus the circumference and the fucking thing. But the thing about it that nobody talks about is this.
Yep.
Because this is a good metaphor for life.
Bingo.
You never know what those next 3 dots are going to be. This thing runs on and 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 on.
Yep.
Oh shit.
And that's what life is.
Amen.
Until it's not.
Yeah.
So as we have the chance to go on and 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 on, let's make sure we're enjoying every single one. That's what these 3 dots mean to me. That's what Pie Day means to all of us.
Oh, yeah.
And let's enjoy every moment we have together. Okay? Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. And just like pie, we're in this thing together. Team on me. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3. Team. Goodbye.